Everybody, it's Wednesday night. It's time for Super Geeked Up.
Woo! Wax on.
That's right. Hey, everybody, I'm Jeff. Welcome to the show. This is Super Geeked Up. We're going to talk geeky topics, play fun geek themed improv games. If you're watching live, thank you so much. Sorry, we were working on some technical difficulties there, so thank you for waiting. I see Norbert, who is actually over in Germany, so very early in the morning. Here he is. Oh, actually, here's a berry. Hello, Jeff and crew. We're doing great. Thank you, Norbert. And yes, one of our topics later on will be sexiest, not sexist, but sexiest aliens or alien species. We're also, what are we going to do here? We're going to play Ridiculous Rhyming. That's one of our games. We're going to do Super Space Camp. And of course, I'm joined always by Fernandez.
Step by Step is the best 90s family sitcom.
All right, well, I'll get to that in 1 minute. But let's introduce our guest. It's Dash V, otherwise known as Chriss Vincelette.
How's it going, folks?
Look at that sexy pose. His mic only works when you say how wonderful and sexy he is.
You're too kind, Francis. The check is in the mail, by the way.
We do have a poll up, folks.
We do.
And it is, as Francis mentioned, what's the best 90s family sitcom? I could have put Step by Step up there, but I'm only allowed 4, Francis. So, I tried to get a variety. But I did enjoy Step by Step. It was on after, I want to say Family Matters. But
TGIF was 2 hours, wasn't it?
That's true. So Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, something else.
Yeah, whatever the fourth one was, yeah.
Y'all are forgetting about dinosaurs, though.
No, I'm well, yes, I am, because I didn't think it was good.
Not the mama. Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Jalou. And hey, cool. You're watching from the Philippines. That's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing, Jalou. You're in the Philippines, hopefully visiting some family.
Yeah.
Some friends. That's great. Hey, I think maybe this is our first viewer from the Philippines then. I mean, watching actually from the Philippines.
A little bit of a cheat since we know who he is. And we talked to him.
I know, but we actually know he's physically in the Philippines right now. That's exciting.
Yeah.
What time is it over there? I'm going to say around noonish.
It's 16 hours ahead, so.
Okay, not more than that. It's a little bit more than that then. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I guess then.
Oh, 16 hours for me. So yeah, you were actually right because it's 16 hours for me.
Oh,
you're 3 hours.
I was very close. Actually,
yeah, you're very close.
I was only
so
like
1
an
o'clock.
hour off,
Yeah,
I said
you're
like
like
an hour more often. I was
timesmith.
totally on the stupid Pacific time, Francis. All right. Anyway, oh, look at this. Thanks for subscribing, Chriss Vincelette. Who is that guy? Oh, he's on the show right now.
Oh,
I don't know why Chriss Vincelette was already subscribed, but okay.
I'm now subscribed on every single YouTube channel I have. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
you should do that, folks. Make lots of channels. Subscribe from all of them.
Game the system. Game it.
Yes. All right. So anyway, thank you for watching, folks. If you're live, if you're in post, we appreciate it very much. Anyway, sorry, the 90s sitcom poll. Full House, Family Matters, Home Improvement, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay, a minute ago, they were all tied 25%. But now Home Improvement is in the lead with 40%. And the other ones are tied for second.
Wow.
So it looks like this is going to be actually a good battle. A lot of times, one show gets nothing, but it looks like everybody has love for all these. That's good to see.
Nice.
All right. You can also, of course, type in your vote like Francis did with Step by Step. Or
like an animal.
Yes. Well,
I had to type my vote in manually, character by character.
A Step by Step star has been on our show, I think before your days, Francis. Christine Lakin, who played the tomboy middle daughter.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I'm blanking on her name at the moment. But she was great. She had a lot of fun.
Nice.
All right, anyway, here, let's get to business. You can vote in the poll till the end of the show. Francis, what is our first super geeky question of the night?
All right. Well, Escape from New York and Escape from LA were on TV as well as such movies as Escape from the Planet of the Apes and Escape from Witch Mountain and Escape by Night and Escape.
All right. Look, those were the ones I just watched this week on Pluto, though. That's why I mentioned that.
A lot of escapes. So a lot of escaping going on here. But we want to know from you guys, what is the best escape movie or TV show? Not just the kind that escapes you from reality or escapes you from your responsibilities. We're talking about like they're trying to get out of there, trying to escape.
Well, a good movie will make you escape from reality, though.
Yeah. But that's all movies. So that's why you can't use the escaping from reality, because that's all of them.
That's right. All right, we'll get Chris's and you guys in the chat answers in a second. But Norva wants to know what's with the poll about 90s family sitcoms. I voted for Family Matters because it has a sci-fi component. Well, we don't always just talk about sci-fi and fantasy here. Sometimes we talk about comedy. It was supposed to be a comedy show, ideally. So sometimes we're funny. So, you know why? Because I did 80s action last week, so I figured 90s sitcoms this week.
You did.
And sometimes, Norbert, after 467 shows, you start running out of ideas.
Simpsons.
Did you say Simpsons?
No, I just coughed. Simpsons.
Oh my God! I gotta turn your mic up again. All right. Well, anyways, what is your answer there, Chris?
So in terms of if I'm limited to movies, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to up your volume.
All right.
That's all. Go ahead.
I can jack it a little bit too if you need me to. How's that? Is that better?
Still low on my end, but
I can hear you though.
Move the mic closer to your mouth.
Mic is like great. Right here, it's on full.
There you go. Oh man.
Well, that's because he's leaning in now, though.
Oh, no, but it's so sultry.
It is sultry.
So, yeah, I guess for me it'd be The Rock.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Great movie. I love that movie. Great choice.
Yeah. Winners always whine about the best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
That's now France. Now everybody does it. Everybody does Connery except you.
I mean, well, I'm passing on the torch to you guys to do the.
I can even do it in the sultry, but losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
It's like listening to Velvet. It's like rubbing silk together.
It's interesting though that's kind of in a way actually the opposite of escape movie. It's a break in to something movie.
I mean, they escape at some point.
Yeah.
Yes, at the end they have. Well, actually no.
Yeah.
He's still on the island at the end. He just defeats them. He foils their plot.
Or his hands are in the air. Yeah.
There's another one though that it's not it's definitely an escape movie, but it's not like an escape. It's not an escape prison per se movie. It's like a post-apocalyptic escape AI type movie. It's called I Am Mother, and it's on Netflix. Have you seen that movie?
No. Is that the? Maybe. Is it the robot that takes care of the human child?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's like that's also like the one that is on I think Netflix recently with Megan Fox. That's kind of similar.
I haven't seen that one yet.
She's an AI who the father hires while the wife's in the hospital, like take care of their kid, but then she tries to like take over the family.
Ooh.
Scarlett Johansson started it all with her. I'm telling you that now. Yeah. She was the one.
Folks, let us know if you can hear us okay in the chat, if anybody's volume needs to be adjusted. I still feel Chris is a little low, but
does this help at all?
Not really.
Nothing. Okay.
I think it's fine.
All right. As long as the chat can hear. Yeah, all right. Anyway, Carrie says the better home improvement question is which Tool Time girl was the best?
There were only
for
two,
me, that's
though.
easy. It was Debbie Dunning.
Yeah.
Not Pam Anderson, actually, but Debbie Dunning. I was a big fan of.
But those are the only two Tool Time
only
girls.
two I know of.
Yeah.
Debbie Dunning was on for most of the time. Pam, I think, was only there.
Pam was only
for
for 2 seasons. Yeah.
Con Air, he says, is a great escape movie. Nick Cage's hair at its wildest. That's right. He had the long locks.
He had that great accent, too. I'd love to hear you guys do the Nick Cage accent from
That's right. Was you like from the South, right?
He was from the South. He's from Alabama.
Alabama.
From Alabama.
I can do it in good Alabama. I just need some lines. Give me some lines from Con Air. Somebody.
Put the bunny down is the line. Put the bunny down.
Put the bonnet down. Not bad.
I mean, close enough, I guess.
Listen, I haven't seen it in like 20 years, man. Let's see here. That's true, at least over here, Norbert, in America. Family Matters and Hope were very popular. Well, Friends actually was number one for a very long time, but these shows predated Friends. Friends just came on later in the 90s. Or mid later.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right, so we got We got How I Met Your Mother from Chris. Oh, no, wait, what? I Am Mother? What was it?
Your mother, yeah.
How I Met Your Mother is not an escape movie.
He's
until
trying
the
to escape
final-
telling them who the
Yeah.
mother is.
The series finale is like a please let me escape this episode and pretend it never happened.
Because wait,
Other
they
than
finally
that-
do reveal, right, who the mother is?
Well, they revealed at the end of the second
Season.
to last season they do.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last season is all about his life together with the mother, but then they do the very last episode they do this whole reset. I didn't like it because they reset and reverted a lot of character growth and development that you'd seen happen over multiple seasons, and then they ultimately made it so that the whole story about the mom had just been this like long elaborate way for him to make his kids okay with him hitting on their aunt. So it was like not
They did do an alternate ending for that where he stays with the mom.
Why? Because the people got upset?
Yeah, people didn't like the original ending, so they did an alternative ending. For
Wait,
it.
are you saying they actually made a whole new episode just because?
No,
of
just
that?
the ending. It was like the last, because that part at the end where they explain how he gets with the end is like the last 15 minutes or 10 minutes of the
Yeah,
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just filmed that last bit. I think.
And Barney being the womanizer and everything is like a 50-year-old man hitting on like 20-year-olds was just creepy. Like they should have let him be somebody who grew out of that as he got older. It just didn't work for him to revert back to that.
They didn't know what to do. Look,
Yeah.
you're-
It's like legend. Oh, I'm no longer dairy tolerant. Sorry. Just legend. No more dairy. Just legend.
yes.
All right, Francis, what is your favorite escape movie? And again, you can give us yours in the chat, folks. And this could be escape, not necessarily from a prison. It could be escaping from anything. Like Francis said earlier, technically Jurassic Park, you could kind of
Escape
consider
is
one.
can technically
I
be an escape
feel like
movie.
Speed should be considered an escape movie.
Oh, you're escaping a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to escape a speeding bus. That's true.
Yeah.
Another
I guess
good movie.
Fury Road is you're escaping.
Yeah.
Well, The Matrix then, another Keanu Reeves. He's escaping the Matrix.
Yep. Yep.
Sort of, yeah. Escaping Zion.
Escaping the system.
Yeah, I mean the one that I think got the movie that got beat out by Forrest Gump is the best escape movie, which is of course Shawshank Redemption, which is the best escape movie.
What do you mean it got beat out by Forrest Gump?
For best movie of the year for
Oh,
the Oscars?
Shawshank. Yeah, that's a good choice.
That's an escape movie.
Really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie too.
Can we do independent web series?
Sure.
We have one right out of Albany, Escape by Mike Fierstein.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pulling that one out of the back catalog. That was an amazing. They're trying to escape. The children get trapped in a virtual reality video game space, and they're trying to get out. It was kind of like Ready Player One meets Lost, actually.
They probably deserved it. Just kidding.
Those darn kids.
Carrie says the How I Met Your Mother ending was the result of deciding your ending at the start of the show rather than providing the best conclusion that stared them dead in the face.
Oh yeah, because How I Met Your Mother was only supposed to be like X number of seasons, and it just did so well. They're like, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, they did. They decided to do one more season because they were originally going to end the show with him meeting her, and then they're like, well, no, because this is who he's really going to end up being with, and blah blah blah. And you can't just have her there and then gone. Like you need to show his life with her.
You could have actually, since that's the whole premise of the show.
That's the title.
Well, right, exactly. So they decided to show a whole season with her and Ted together, and everybody fell in love with her. And then they did what they did the last episode, and people are like, "You did us all dirty." Like it would have been better that we never got to know her if you were going to.
Okay,
do
so
that.
wait. So spoiler alert, folks. What do you say it happens? Like, are they saying it was like a dream or something? He never was really with her.
No, he was with her, but the reason he's telling the kids the story is because their mom is no longer alive. So it goes from they spend the last season chronicling from the time they met to the time she passes, and then the last 15 minutes is him getting with some other chick, immediately after finishing up the story. And you're like, what? This whole thing was for you to justify to your kids
You
going
mean
out and
in
dating
the present he's getting with the aunt?
Yes.
Well, that's many years later, right? From the death.
I still haven't said who the aunt is, so it's yeah.
But I mean,
it's still a kick in
But
the
he's
teeth.
telling the kids. The kids are not babies, right? They're like
Yeah, they're
like,
grown up. Yeah, they're totally grown up.
So I'm saying this is like 15, 20 years later, right? He gets with someone else, is what you're saying?
No, they're teenagers. They're not.
Yeah, they're
adults.
teenagers, but I
Yeah.
don't. It's not clear when during their childhood she passed.
see.
Yeah, it's not.
But in
part's not
that
clear.
short time they were together, she had 2 kids with him. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Well, they were busy.
they filmed all of the kids stuff ahead of time because they didn't want the kids to grow
Right.
older
right.
as the series went on. So all of it is
Yep.
just Bob Saget talking to a bunch
Until
of,
the last episode, where suddenly it's the Ted Mosby actor, right? Like all of a sudden it's him narrating his own thing. And you're like, what happened about? How come you don't sound
Wait,
like
Bob Saget was the
anymore?
narrator of that?
yeah.
Yeah, he was. He did a fantastic job narrating it.
All right. There you go,
Yeah.
folks. There's a bunch of How I Met Your Mother, something we don't
There's
usually
some
talk about on
lore.
the
There's
show.
How I Met Your Mother lore.
I used
All
to
right.
watch the Thanksgiving episode every year at Thanksgiving, and we would watch the New Year's episode every year at New Year's, but not anymore. That show's dead to me.
Not actually many shows do New Year's because they're not usually on the air at that time. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Shawshank from Francis. My escape movie is going to be the Count of Monte Cristo. The one from the one with why am I blanking right now? You know who it is, Francis.
The kind of it's the sandwich. No, it's Antonio. It's not Antonio Banderas.
No.
What am I thinking of?
It's Jesus from the Passion of Christ.
Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel. Yes, the Jim Caviezel one from I guess 2005. I want to say around then. It's a great movie.
Thinking Zorro.
A big part of it, he has to escape from Chateau d'If, the French prison. But a really great movie. Now, what also I'm really excited about is they just came out with a new one, a French-made Count of Monte Cristo, which is getting rave reviews. I don't think we can get over here yet, unfortunately. And I didn't see it playing in any theaters by me, but probably soon, hopefully. I'm actually excited about that because I really
Your
like that
theater
story.
doesn't play many movies anyway.
What?
Your theater doesn't play many movies anyway.
No, he's saying that because it wasn't playing the martial arts movie he just saw with Donnie Yen, which I wish it was. But here's the thing. Remember, you're in the mecca of movies. There is almost nowhere in the United States that is going to get what you're going to get, except New York City, perhaps.
Like this weekend,
So don't be dissing my area as like weird.
I intend to watch Grand Theft Hamlet, which is Hamlet. Somebody made a movie and recreated Hamlet in the game GTA 5, made a movie of it, and put it into theaters.
Are you saying they use video game footage of Grand Theft Auto?
The whole Hamlet is done with little video game characters from GTA 5. There's no real people. It's just GTA 5.
Is there
characters.
voiceovers? People, actors?
Yes. Yeah.
Saying the actual lines from Hamlet?
Yes. They act it out.
Okay, wait a minute. How the
Act it
fuck
out.
did this get in theaters?
I don't know. It's in theaters now. Like it's in my theater, right? Like
Yeah, again,
for
this is a
weekend.
thing that's only going to be in your theaters near your
Probably.
areas.
By his theater, he means it's playing on his phone.
on
Yeah,
my phone.
he has his own
Yes.
theater. He was-
I'm in the bathroom on my phone, like.
94%,
Francis picks the most obscure movies to play in his theater.
94% in Rotten Tomatoes. I was really surprised by critics. Like, wow.
Are those all Grand Theft Auto 5 players?
I mean, I guess so. They're critics. They might have played the game.
Very nice.
Well, that's very interesting. You'll have to tell us how it is.
It'll be amazing.
Well, I don't know about that. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Carrie's got it in his area.
Go,
Interesting. Interesting.
Carrie, watch it. I need your review next week.
I'm-
I need your review. Review it with me.
watch something else, Carrie, if you prefer.
Don't, just watch it.
So what?
Support the arts.
I know I can believe that being done for sure, but I can't. It boggles my mind that actually it was released in theaters. That's what.
Two British guys that
That
during
screams YouTube
This-
nonsense. You know.
COVID. Yeah.
Jeff, this is the future of cinema. It's all going to be AI generated movies and like Unreal Engine / GTA 5 engine movies.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the Romeo and Juliet version of GTA.
You
5.
should not be excited because if that's the future of movies, we're all fucked.
if you watch the trailer, you see their little username over their heads while they're doing the scenes.
Oh my god.
It's so
The
dumb.
usernames of wait,
Because GTA is
this-
online. There's
is
an
this
online.
Grand Theft Auto Online? You mean they're using
Yeah,
as the
yeah.
engine? Oh, so are you saying all the actors are actually like have their usernames?
Over their heads.
I swear to God, I hope this is not done like where they're actually just on like my headset mics doing their lines. Stop it.
So there's okay,
So
quick.
they didn't even actually say, let's go and actually do proper audio and dub it like over.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. so
Probably
I don't
not,
know.
right? Because it sounds like this was like a 2-cent production, which I'm not dissing. That's how Chris and I used to make our movies.
And there's
Although we actually did ADR and visual effects and stuff in post.
I was gonna say I definitely spent more than 2 cents.
Yeah, I know. No, we spent more than 2 cents. We spent more than 2 cents. I'm just saying we did very low budget when it comes
I
to
do
movies.
remember though. Remember we were shooting it behind the scenes, and this guy was like, "Going, I can't believe that we achieved this for $300 an episode." And you're, wait, stop! Like we can't. We didn't have anywhere. Maybe $300 for the whole thing, but not per episode. Those
It's got a
were the days.
7.4 rating on IMDb. That's actually not bad for IMDb. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty
IMDb
good.
is usually pretty harsh.
IMDb is like the lower score usually.
That's
against-
it's actually really hard to get a good score on IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the Rotten Tomatoes score?
94%.
Oh
With
wow.
critics,
Yep.
that's crazy for critics. How many? Wait, I bet that's like 2 critics.
44.
What it get
44
on?
critics have seen this.
What it get on Yelp?
It has a
Does Yelp do
thumbs up rating.
movies?
No.
Yelp doesn't do movies.
No.
He's like, well, when I was in the theater, the Yelp delivery person.
5-star on Yelp.
5 stars.
What is Yelp for? Like food,
Food and-
hotels?
No,
or
just
food?
places, just businesses. So you can actually go to like an auto repair shop and rate it.
Yeah.
Anything that provides a service.
All right. Anyway, I don't know how we got off on all these weird tangents, but that's our show. Anyway, those are our
What was
escape
your
movies.
escape movie? What was yours?
Count of Monte Cristo has
Count of Monte
nothing to
Cristo.
do with Hamlet or Grand Theft Auto
How did I forgot?
or
I,
France. It has nothing to do with France either. Are we? Oh, you said it wouldn't be playing in my theater. The Count of Monte
Oh,
Cristo,
right.
the new one. That's why you had the diss,
Yeah.
Albany, New York. Now we're coming for you, because Chris is in upstate, or used to be in upstate New York too. So
I escaped New York.
you did. You were like Kurt Russell,
Yeah.
which is why this whole question exists. Because were they talking about doing a third one of that series, by the way, at some point?
Yes.
I'm sure they were.
Yes. Escape from New Jersey. No, I don't know.
Escape from
Escape
Delaware.
from the Jersey Shore. No, you got to put it somewhere cool, man.
You picked the biggest two
Yeah.
coastal cities.
Escape from Chicago. How about
No,
how about we do it in a different country this time?
I was gonna say escape from Tokyo, escape from London.
Tokyo would work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tokyo would be great, actually.
What's the Gerard Butler film where he saves the president?
Yeah, there's a whole series of them, but like
Yeah, there's a
White
fourth
House
one.
down, London down, something down. I don't know, isn't it?
Olympus is down. I think Olympus is
There's
down.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
the
one.
fourth
There's one
coming
set
out.
in London though.
Yeah. So there's more. That guy just is saving the president left and right in movies.
Gerard Butler. Yeah, that's not Kurt Russell. We realized
No,
we were
no,
talking-
but we're talking about like bad, I guess, or where else could they
Oh, said it. Yes.
set it? Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Do
because the
London?
president visits other countries, so.
Escape from Paris.
Yeah, I mean, well, they just did the Beneath Paris, the shark movie on Netflix, where the sharks make their way into the
You think Chris Russell's too old to do it?
Seine.
So you guys you don't want to see an Escape from Canada?
What is it about? Is it about people who don't like Justin Trudeau?
Isn't it funny? I mean, everything else, we're like Tokyo, yeah, all right, like Escape from.
No, we don't.
You know,
Sorry, Canadians, we love you, but no.
I feel like there's nothing
What,
sexy about
Escape from
Canada.
Toronto.
there was no hesitation from either of you either. It was just like definitely not. Like
No, because here's the thing: the U.S. I know people are gonna not like this when I say this, but in reality, the U.S. and Canada are super similar.
Yeah.
I actually thought the other day, I actually don't think there are any two countries necessarily that exist that are as similar as the Canada and the United States
You
in
can't
terms of their
Ireland.
culture. I know there are differences, but if you think of other countries, there are more stark differences between like England and France, I would say, than Canada and the United States.
Yeah.
So if you already have a movie set in the U.S. or set in Canada, why the fuck we're gonna go to either country? Go somewhere overseas. You know, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, when there's only two words that'll like if you picked a regular person with an accent like mine, and the only way you can tell if they're Canadian if they say boot and sorry, those are the only two words that you
And
need.
most Canadians don't even say that.
No, they
Exactly.
don't. In fact, I had a girlfriend that was from Canada, and whenever people would pick on her about that, they'd be like a boot or whatever, and she'd be like, you know what? Canadians don't talk like that. You know who does? People from Minnesota. And she would like get so mad.
Well, because they don't. I mean, some do, yes,
Yeah.
right. But there's accents like yours, like
Yeah.
you said, Minnesota. There's lots of states have accents, right?
Yeah. By the way, people from Minnesota, we love you.
And not all Minnesotans speak like that either.
Yeah. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Yes.
Escape
I went to
from
college with a guy
Quebec,
from Minnesota. He didn't speak like that at all.
Escape from Saskatchewan.
There
Now
you go.
that actually would be more interesting because I like the name Saskatchewan out of that province. It's a cool name, and it sounds like Saskatchewan. It's kind of like, oh, it's rugged. There's nothing out there. It's in the wild.
Escape from Manitoba.
Escape
like-
from Minnesota.
I like Saskatchewan the best. I don't want you.
Saskatchewan,
You suggested. So that Canadian one I would watch. Only Saskatchewan.
Escape from Florida.
No, see that's no good either. And why is it a host state? We're talking about cities.
Well, why Escape from New York, right? But I
No,
know
that
that
was the
people
city.
think of the
That was-
city, but yeah.
that was set in the New York City. That's why it's called that.
Escape from Malibu.
Well, it doesn't have to be a state though. Like imagine Escape from DC. That works, right?
It does. No, I think
That's not a state,
Well,
and it's not a
it's
city.
okay.
It's a
Yes,
district.
it could work.
Yeah.
I just don't like the ring of it as much as LA or New York. But yes, that could work.
how about
Sure.
Escape from the District of Columbia?
Oh, that's terrible.
All right.
Escape from Albany.
Escape from the country formerly known as Czechoslovakia.
Escape from Greenland.
Escape from Newfoundland.
All right. So, hey, folks, before we go on, so I was rummaging in my backpack to find some backup earbuds. Well, Chris, he knew what I was about to do apparently because he went off the air. And this is what I found, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know if you guys can see this. Here.
What is that? What is that? Is that an earbud?
Nope. Let's see. Let me put
Is
it this
it a-
way.
Is it a snail?
It's hard to. It's not focusing on it, so it's hard.
Is it a butterfly?
It's a dick.
Oh,
It's a fucking penis with wings. It's a flying penis.
where'd you get that from?
I don't know, dude. This is the thing. I found this and I was like, where the hell did this come from? I'm going to guess it's a 3D printed thing that I probably got at some Comic-Con. Somebody gave it to me or something. The most likely culprit is Dragon Con, I would say, for this kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I don't know. It was very surprising to me when I found that today.
I had to hide my
I
sensitive
know.
eyes.
That's what you were doing. Good
I
choice.
was like, oh my goodness, that was a shrinky dink, right?
Shrink a dick? Is that what you said? What do you do?
Shrinky dink.
Dink?
You know what? Francis, help me out. Here.
Isn't that the thing that you put in water?
Yeah, and then it grows, and then when it dries out,
Oh,
it
yeah.
shrinks again.
Okay.
Like
That's exactly
magic.
what it is.
Okay, all right.
Scorpio's here. Hello, Scorpio. Escape from Philly. A giant statue of Ben Franklin is chasing you the whole time. Oh,
I
that'd be
thought it was
interesting.
the bell just rolling after you as you try to get away.
I've seen Liberty Bell.
That,
I've seen
you know
Liberty
what?
Bell. I don't know. Can't really roll that great because
It's a
the way it's
steak
shaped, it would
sandwich.
roll like almost in a circle.
The steak sandwich just chasing after you.
Sure.
know
Irate
what else would-
Eagles fans.
You know, just like the Escape from Canada movies are just poutine going after you. This is, Escape from Philly.
Escape from Seattle.
Coffee is chasing you.
Yep. The Space Needle is about to fall on top of you.
Wow, these guys just can't get enough of these escape stuff now. We'll just name every city we can think.
Escape from Syracuse.
Nope. All right. So here you go, folks. Let's get on to our next game, which is ridiculous rhyming. That's where we all have to speak in rhyme.
I hope it's all escape movies.
And yes, you know what, folks? Tell us a place we're trying to escape from, the three of us.
Escape from Rhode Island.
In the chat. No, stop giving them suggestions. They have to come up with their own. You wouldn't want to escape from Rhode Island. Rhode Island is like awesome, man. Like anywhere you are, you're close to the ocean.
Yeah, you take 3 steps to the left and you're out. So
Yeah, it's actually it's a super pretty state. I love Rhode Island.
It is nice. It's beautiful.
Oh, we're escaping from jail. Okay, well, where? Well, give us a place, like a city, a country, something like that, that we're escaping from, where the jail might be, and then we'll rhyme our way as we escape, because that's what you do when you're trying to escape somewhere. Kurt Russell, he rhymes. That would have been much better. Oh, San Francisco.
So Alcatraz.
That actually would have been Escape from San Francisco. That would work actually as a movie. Latveria. I always confuse it. No, that's the Doom one, right? Yeah, that's Dr. Doom's country.
Yes.
Okay, we're trying to escape from San Francisco to go to Latveria. How about that?
All right.
Oh, Wakanda, that was going too. A lot of Marvel places there.
Yeah, well, the new Daredevil trailer came out today. So
Oh my God, did you see it?
I did. It's great.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Is
It
this a
looks good.
series?
Yeah, it's a
It
continuation
is.
of the Netflix. When Daredevil was on Netflix.
Is it going to be a continuing series or like a one-off?
Yes, same
Nope.
universe. Same universe. They've made that MCU.
After
Well, yes, because
filming
of
it.
She-Hulk, I know he brought him into the MCU. Yeah.
Well, so they didn't they film a whole season of Daredevil and they're like, we'll scrap it and start over.
Yeah, they were pretty. They did a lot of reshoots. They kept a bunch of it, but they made it a lot darker and a lot grittier. It's actually they're officially accepting all the Netflix seasons as canon to MCU now.
Oh, really?
So
Wow.
it's the same universe. It's the
That's
same,
surprising.
which now means Kingpin is that same Kingpin and everything. Even
good.
the Echo stuff. So whatever they brought in, they've now made that part of the entire canon.
You know what
job,
they
Disney.
could have done?
Good job.
Could have done that like 6-7 years ago and made people a lot more happier and just kept them going. But of course not.
Or they could completely pivot and try other things, and then when it doesn't work, just continue to try those other things. They could do that too, Jeff. Have you thought about that? Why make money when you can?
I would actually
lose
prefer they
money?
try new things, but I feel the Netflix thing was actually new and I actually didn't like a
Yeah.
lot of those series, but they were trying to do a different take on Marvel
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Daredevil was amazing, actually. Daredevil was really,
It was
really
fine.
way better than I think I expected it to be. I couldn't believe some of the car door, the SUV door scene.
Oh, gee. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was
All
was
right.
pretty intense. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the game here.
All right.
We're escaping from San Francisco. We're trying to get to Latveria. And I guess we're going to play ourselves. All right. And we have to speak in rhyme. All right, here we go. I'll start. Oh, all right, guys. Oh, my God. We just busted out of Alcatraz. And we made it over this ridge. Look, it's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh no! Oh no! Elmo hungry! We should have gotten something out of the fridge!
Wait, what is Elmo doing here? That doesn't even rhyme.
He rhymed with you, actually. That's the thing.
Oh, no, rhyme with yourself.
You put me on the spot! You think I can rhyme off the top of my head, but I can't. I'm trying to rhyme, but it's not.
All right.
Well, we really have to thank our good friend Chaz for helping us get out of Alcatraz.
Yes. Chaz really came through in a pinch. The Elmo's so annoying, I kind of want to lynch.
Whoa.
Wow, that was a little bit, rhyming with that ain't no sense, Jeff.
No, you just have to rhyme with
I'm not finished.
Francis, help me out here. You're my friend, dear.
Well, looky here, guys. We've got places to go. And Latveria's the only place I know. See how I'm doing it?
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, listen, guys. Yo, we got to get to Latveria, bet. Let's cop on the Avengers Quinjet.
The Quinjet appears to be out of gas. This really sucks ass.
Oh, no character, but then he rhymes and he's not a character. Okay.
Look, I don't know what you guys want to do. Look, I don't know what you guys want to do, but I think you guys and I should probably shoo from this place.
Yes, you're right. We should put on our shoes and stop having sex. Let's jump on a shuttle made by SpaceX.
Oh, God.
Jeff, I don't understand why you have to tell everyone we're having sex. Maybe on the way we can stop by and get some Tex-Mex.
Oh my goodness. That accent's off the chain. The riz that you're giving makes me Sigma and not plain.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
The way you guys talk make me think how I give the ladies the boom. Now let's go see Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. More like Dr. Boom.
Who was that?
I don't know who that was. But that was really dope. I hope that the word God. I hope that we can climb this thing with a rope.
Oh, you're right. Doom's tower is really big.
Oh, please say you dig.
Hey, I'm not going to say it now because you said it. Doom's tower is really big. Hey, weird accent man, stop dancing a jig.
Hey, I'm gonna just dance this jig. And I don't care if you don't like it, because I don't give a fig.
We better wrap this up soon.
I can't believe it. We finally made it. Crap. I can't believe we finally made it. Oh my God. My face says it. I don't know.
What?
I'm like, what did made it?
Oh my goodness, we finally made it.
There you go.
Jeff, why are you masturbating?
Well, let's end on me masturbating. Good idea.
I mean, you have the figurine, you have the little thing.
I do. I put it back away, but yes.
You had us all having sex, and it was rather ambiguous. So I'm like, is it with each other, or is it? Do we have like a party? Like,
I was leaving the viewer wanting more.
Okay.
I wanted them to imagine.
Bet.
Dude, yeah, I learned something from my nephews who were in high school. All right, okay, so Scorpio enjoyed that. He says, oh, I'm dead. He was also not expecting a voice. Okay, what was the voice we couldn't identify?
There was one I didn't get. It was after Walken.
After
I
Walken.
think. Yeah. Who was that?
Just name all the people you did.
So Elmo, Kermit, Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Strange, weird Christopher Walken was one of them, and then the other one was bad Christopher Lloyd.
I knew
okay.
I knew
was-
one of them
yeah,
was
Christopher
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
I knew Lloyd. Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
Lloyd. But I
He
guess
must
the
have
one
been
you're
bad,
is,
Christopher Walken.
must have been bad, Chris. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I know. Yeah, Chris Lloyd. Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, that was ridiculous rhyming. Thank you for those suggestions.
I tried to make it ridiculous.
It was ridiculous,
The
and
rhyming was
sometimes it was
amazing.
rhyming.
The rhyming was great. Don't get me wrong. That was
I missed that part in school. I was suspended during that period of time.
during the rhyming segment. The
Yeah.
rhyming segment was cool.
Right, the very popular rhyming class.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here, let's talk to our guest a little bit before we go on and do some more fun sexy alien questions and super space game. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So, Dash, what I don't know. What do you want to tell people about your YouTube channel? What do you want to promote?
Sure, folks, keep an eye because I'm gonna be dropping some new content this year. So,
Bet.
yeah. So actually, in fact, you guys are getting a sneak peek of something that is going to feature prominently in,
Coca-Cola?
This is actually Turbo Cola, which is from the movie Turbo Cola, an independent film. And so this season, my this is not a vlog, will be entering the Turboverse. So
Wait,
you'll be
is
seeing
Turbo
lots
Cola an actual movie
Turbo Cola is an actual movie. In fact,
made by you or someone else?
not made by me. I don't think I can get it in. The QR code may or may not work for people, but if you go there, it'll go to the Turbo Cola merch site and stuff. But I know the producer of the movie Turbo Cola, and he has this deal going for independent filmmakers, where if you look him up and you shoot him a message, give him like a script snippet of how and where you plan. Where you would place Turbo Cola basically in your film. He'll send you a 6-pack of Turbo Cola, and when you drop that particular film or web series or whatever, he'll do cross promotion with you and welcome you into the Turboverse. So,
Hey, wait. Can we use Turbo Cola on this show?
probably I can ask him. So,
Here, let me put you on the big screen. Hang on, hold it up again.
oh, I'm going on the Jumbotron, folks. So we'll see if this the camera focus may or may not work. So
Oh, for the
Folks.
QR code?
yeah, for the QR code, so folks can kind of go and they can check out different things. But it's available on streaming. So if you're on Roku or something and you search for the Turbo Cola movie, you can see it. It's on various different streaming
Is it
platforms.
like?
I think it's on YouTube as well.
So I'm going to make some pitches here, and you tell me how close I am to what this movie's about.
Yeah.
Turbo Cola is about a guy who has a talking car, and he drinks Turbo Cola, and it gives the car turbo boost abilities.
You're very cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Randy,
the
you wanna
sequel-
guess?
Well, it's the sequel to Jingle All the Way.
Oh, where they're fighting over the last Turbo Cola?
Well,
You're-
what's the name of the character and the action figure in Jingle All the Way?
Turbo Man.
Yeah. You're close except completely off.
Okay, good. There you go.
Okay, what is it? What is it about?
So it's a movie that takes place, I believe it takes place in 1999, New Year's 1999, just before the flip over to the year 2000. And this guy, Turbo Cola, is doing this this contest to, you can win like $1 million or something like that if you open if you get the winning bottle cap or whatever. And this guy has this basically this idea for how he's gonna get the money and stuff like that by like rigging it. And so it's been a few months since I've seen it, so I might be getting the storyline somewhat off. But it's there's some comedy elements to it. It's mostly a comedy, but there's some romance elements to it too, and everything. It's almost like
Pauly Shore?
Mallrats, it's almost like Mallrats, but it only takes place in this gas station convenience store, and the
It's
guy
like
who's
Clerks.
yeah, and so they're trying. Oh, I remember now. He's trying to steal money out of the ATM machine, and right next to the ATM machine is a giant refrigerator that's loaded up with Turbo Cola. So they keep pretending to stock the refrigerator with Turbo Cola, but they're really stealing money out of the back of the ATM machine because there's a hole in the ATM machine and a hole in the freezer for some reason. But it's very funny if you watch it. It's rather humorous. The acting is pretty well done. The comedy definitely lands. So and the makers of it are pretty darn nice. So really really cool. To my web series like has next to nothing to do with the movie except for the fact that Turbo Cola exists both in my reality and their reality. So technically my show is 30 years after Turbo Cola. No, 25 years or so after Turbo Cola. But I don't just use it as like a cheap one-off like product placement shot. Like there is an actual reason and purpose for it. And Jeff, you know that I'm into CG. I don't want to give away too much of what the plot is of the show yet because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I had to do some real serious I've so far done 2 wall clock weeks, like over 80 hours of VFX related to Turbo Cola for how it's integrated into my show. So there is something that happens that is a major plot element that can only happen because of that VFX sequence and can only happen because of the presence of Turbo Cola in the thing. So, and I think people are really going to dig it when they see it. So I've been learning a lot of Blender. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Blender. So, yeah, I've been drinking a lot of Turbo Cola. I had him, I bought some more from him because it's a real product that gets made. And so he had a bunch of it made for the film, but then he still has it made as a way to kind of continue to promote the film and get other people to kind of, do cross promotion with him.
Yeah, put us in touch if you can. We want some Turbo Cola.
Absolutely. It tastes pretty good. It looks like it looks like Dr. Pepper. It's kind of got like a red color to it. So I've been just sitting there like
does it
looking at it.
taste like that, or does it taste like Coke?
It doesn't taste like any soda that you've tasted so far. It doesn't taste bad, but I think honestly what it is I think when they have like
turbocharged.
Yeah, I think when they have leftover batches of other sodas, like it becomes Turbo Cola, I think is what happens. Like there's not quite enough to make Dr. Pepper and not quite enough to make Pepsi, but we can split the difference. Boom, Turbo Cola. So,
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Can you tell people the name of your project or no?
Yeah, the project is going to be called This Is Not a Vlog. And so the general gist of it is that a lot of people know that in real life I actually do have ADHD. And a lot of people know that I'm kind of creative. And people have asked often, they'll see Super Knocked Up or they'll see different things that I've done with like Christy or other people. And they'll go, where do you like come up with these ideas? Like what goes on in your brain? So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I made a video blog about what happens in my mind when I'm coming up with ideas for things. Ooh, okay. And so it's meant to be like if you could see in real time what goes on in my mind. So there's different versions of me that represent different ways I think about and approach problems and stuff like that, and different ways that I see life. And the show is basically real me being in constant conflict with them because they want me to be more spontaneous. They want me to be, actually doing the creative things more and doing things like boring work and stuff less. And so what ends up happening is there's this tug of war for like as if my brain is like a timeshare, and they'll just like clock in basically and just start taking over and doing things independent of me. And they think that they're doing great because like, wow, look at all this stuff that we made. But it's like, but you just got me fired from my job. Like, what the hell? So there's all this crazy stuff going on. And really, it's meant to be funny and it's meant to be silly. And I'm not trying to go too deep with it, but it is meant to kind of represent that inner conflict of like, how many of us need to have the survival job, but at the same time, like, we spend so much time surviving that we don't really get to feed the muse. What if the muse could fight back? That's really what my show is about. When the muses say, we're done waiting for you. We're done with you being in survival. We don't care if it crushes you. Like, you need to pursue this and you need to do this because the only thing in the way is yourself.
All right.
Oh, very cool.
Wow.
So, folks, Just Me-V is the YouTube channel where you can give them a subscription, like all that good stuff, and I'm sure hear updates about what's going on.
Absolutely. Folks that are actually, those of you that know me, so folks in the chat like Chaz, Jeff, Francis, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but if you want to toss me a follow, I have a reel vlog now that I'm actually doing. Every day I'm posting 5-minute videos on Facebook. A handful of those are going to make it over to YouTube because a couple of those are actually mini prequels and primers for what's going to happen in the vlog. My muses are going to get very upset with the fact that I'm making video content and not involving them. And that's going to be the basically episode 1 that starts off the whole them trying to be like, hey, if you're going to work on this stuff, let us help you because we can make it so much better. But everything they do just goes absolutely sideways.
All right.
Nice. All right, folks. Well, stay tuned for that. We'll definitely have Chris on again as he makes progress and more to show you.
Unless it sucks, and then you'll never see me again.
Right. Necrodia says, how amusing. Scorpio says, I'm feeling motivated already. There you go. You're motivating other people.
I hope people do get motivated by it. That's what I want.
Necrodius, nope, no Delaney. Or is it, wait, he says, wait, is that not Francis? Is Delaney using AI Francis filter?
Yes.
Actually, the lady is in Long Island with visiting her family right now. Necrodius. Let's see here. Okay, Necrodius also wanted it set in the Jingle All the Way universe. Scorpio says this turbo color thing sounds kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
It does. I like the crossover.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Let's see here. Oh, do you want? Well, hey, if you can pitch them some kind of collaboration with the product, right? Maybe you can get.
Yeah,
some.
Necrodius. If you can come up with something that you want to film that has a place to place it, I can. If you guys go on to Instagram and you search for Turbo Cola movie, like you can see and follow, and definitely check out the movie.
It's on Amazon Prime. You can rent it for $4.
Yeah, it's folks. You've spent more on worse. Like this is really it's worth.
Right.
No, seriously,
you could spend $4.99 on us right now. That'd be worse.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but no, it's definitely worth the $4 or $5. I actually bought it on Voodoo because I wanted to be able to have it and reference it. So there's some other stuff. I'm not sure if we can pull it off yet, so I don't want to give too more, but I'm going to try to do a little bit more than just have the product placement in there, but we'll see if I'm able to pull that off. So I'm hoping that I might be able to work another Easter egg or two in there for the eagle-eyed.
Nice. Folks, if you do want to, though, send us any money, you can do that with a super sticker or super chat in the bottom
Super
of your chat window.
chats, right?
Yep. Which Chris was actually kind enough to do a couple weeks ago. I think on our New Year's show. So thank you.
I tried to do it when I was on the show that we were both on, and I got locked out of my phone, and I didn't want to look like I'm like on your show, like just not caring, like texting. But I wanted to surprise you with like a Christmas super chat. But
That's right. Well, thank you for doing it. A week later was just as good. So Necroids, I was thinking this as you were describing Turbo Cola. He says it sounds like Jolt, because I heard Jolt's coming back.
yeah,
Did you
I
guys
wish
hear
it.
that
I
news?
wish it would. Yeah,
I
they
just
do
heard
that
it, like, a
whole
week or two ago on the news. Supposedly they're bringing back Jolt Cola.
more caffeine, right? But yeah.
So there you go.
I miss Jolt. My heart doesn't, but I do. Like my heart is like, you're not
Francis, you want to do that, give that a
46-year-old.
quick search? See, is Jolt coming back?
Yeah, it says, according to MSN, popular drink from the 80s making return. Here's what we know. It's, I guess a company called Redcon One is out to introduce Jolt Cola to a new generation.
Wait,
Redcon.
Redcon or Redcon?
RED Con One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If they were going to retcon it, then maybe they would say, like, now it's actually really healthy.
Yeah, but now though, before you have to show ID, and you have to sign a waiver before you leave the store. I'm just kidding.
So it looks like it's just going to be, it'll be Jolt Cola. It'll have 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. I think coffee has 35.
Wait, because that was the deal with Jolt, right? It had more than any other soda. Was that the idea, right?
Yeah.
Zero sugar.
What does like a Coke or Pepsi have?
Coke or Pepsi?
I don't
Let's see.
know actually.
Caffeine.
So coffee only has 30, huh?
I think so.
But it'll have 200 milligrams of caffeine and then like 400 milligrams of cocaine. Is that how they're gonna?
Okay, so yeah, 34 in a can of Coke.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me. that's
for a can of
preposterous.
Coke.
That's
20
that's like
200.
almost 7 times as much.
200 in a and it's gonna be a tall boy though. It's not gonna be like a little 12
Oh,
ounce
okay.
can.
I'm
It's gonna be-
thinking a 12-ounce can
Wait.
with that. I'm like, just
You
inject
mean
it
like
into my
the
veins.
20-ounce cans, like the big cans,
Yeah,
or like a
like
soda or bottle,
like
that?
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay.
Is that the only way they're gonna come?
I don't know.
Like, guys, Joel is one thing I think you actually a small would be better than a big.
Yeah, yeah. Like a shot glass of Jolt for the morning,
1 gram of L-carnitine, 1 gram of taurine, and vitamins B6, 12, and B5. So there
Oh, it
you
actually
go.
has some vitamins in it. Amazing.
Well,
Wow. It's a health drink then, I guess. Yeah.
Red Bull has those same things. Like
Does
Red
it say
Bull
when
has
it's coming out?
No, it doesn't say. It doesn't give a date. It just said that it's expected to come out. And this article's from 9 hours ago, so it's fairly recent.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was like a week or so ago I first heard about it.
I miss Sobe. Remember Sobe?
I don't.
Love Sobe. Little gecko with the,
Yeah.
it was the thing.
Is that a soda?
Dragon fruit. No, it was like it was fruit
It
juice,
wasn't-
sort of.
Yeah, it was fruit drink, but not quite.
Yeah.
What's going on with my camera? But it wasn't quite. It wasn't like a health drink, but it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't Jolt either. It was
Came in
somewhere
a
the
unique
middle.
bottle.
Yeah.
I drank it all through college. It was great. Dragon fruit was like their big flavor. And dragon fruit, they had like all these different. It was
Dragon fruit's
Very good.
popular in a lot of stuff now. Yeah.
yeah. Oh God, Necrotic. Yes, Fruitopia. Oh my God, Fruitopia is just sugar in a bottle. That's all Fruitopia.
I
is.
do remember that. I don't think
And
I
it's
ever
a-
had it, but
Coke product because Fruitopia was a Coke product. So there you go.
and Necroy says the grandfather inspiration to Pepsi Max. Oh, what Jolt is that Pepsi Max? Once I drank it so much, I was up for 56 hours. Oh, did Max have like more caffeine? Was that the idea of it?
Yeah, and Pepsi Max was like another energy drink. Coke did something similar. I don't remember what it was though. I'm sure.
I have a love-hate relationship because I like regular Coca-Cola, but I actually prefer the taste of Coke Zero. But the aspartame does terrible things to my mind.
Oh, yeah, Coke Zero tastes fantastic.
Yeah.
I miss Coke Zero. I miss
Yeah.
having it.
Yeah, I used to. I don't know. I get like very forgetful with it. I have headaches with it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, the aspartame doesn't work for some people.
Is that the sugar
guess I'm
substitute?
one
Is
of
that what that is?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. There you go. Just Me Dash V on YouTube. Remember, folks, give them a subscription. Give us one too if
Absolutely.
you're at it. We appreciate it very much. So I used to like this, but I feel like I actually had RC Cola recently because I think it is still around. Don't you say you can get it, Francis?
Yeah, I got it.
And I don't think it was actually like when I had it more recently. It wasn't that good. I didn't like as wasn't as good as I remembered.
I got the Royal Crown Cola.
It sounds so fancy.
It is.
But I remember that was like the good third option behind Coke and Pepsi.
Well, now RC Cola is in line with Shasta and all the ones that are just like for 25 cents you can get this can of soda. So yeah, all right.
Wait,
well.
can you get it that cheap?
Walmart has at least my local Walmart has vending machines of RC and Shasta, and it's a quarter, just a quarter.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
All right, that's pretty,
Can't even
pretty
make
awesome.
a phone call at a quarter because there's no
Well,
more
because
payphones.
there's no phone.
Yeah.
booths. What the hell is Superman gonna do?
Jeff, there's something wrong with me because, well, this isn't the only reason, but one of the reasons is something I stayed up late. When I stay up late at night, I just buy weird stuff. Do you guys do that?
Yes.
Like, don't go on eBay late at night. I almost bought a payphone, is what I'm trying to get to. Like, I literally was like,
A full
"Dude,
size payphone?
I would love to have a full-size payphone just sitting in the arcade. Like, and I'm like looking and I'm like, what in the world? No, stop, go to bed.
I mean, my dream is like a British phone booth, the little red
well,
phone booth.
You mean the police box, right?
No,
like
the red phone booth, not
red
the police
one.
box. No.
Like
Oh,
what they
the-
have at those restaurants.
An
Those
actual, yes,
British
an actual
restaurant-
British
yeah.
phone booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I went in one of those in restaurants. Those are cool.
Too tall
But
for
did you just
indoors.
mean an American phone booth, Chris? Is that what you were talking about?
I wasn't even talking the phone booth. I'm talking like literally like just the
phone.
payphone, like the
The phone, okay.
payphone with the whole,
Stand. Yeah.
The stand and the thing, but it has to. And I was getting like all particular. I'm like, no, it has to say Bell Atlantic on it, and then like I want it to have a specific logo, and then I'm like, oh, but I want like the metal. I want the metal Romex cable that goes into the thing, and right. And I'm like, just go to bed. Stop. Turn off the phone. Because I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, wait, it's just as it costs the same amount to get one banged up as it does a lot of 5 brand new. Like, and I'm like, stop. What am I gonna do with a lot of 5 payphones?
Add to cart. Add to cart.
Like, maybe I could find a coupon code, right? I'm like, what am I doing?
Yes, if you buy 5, you'll give you 20%.
Honey will find you a coupon code. Don't worry about it. They got you covered.
Yeah.
So
I ended up dodging a bullet. Instead, what I did is I met myself halfway, and I bought a steelbook edition of the movie Hackers with Angelina Jolie, and then I went to bed.
Not a bad way to go.
Yeah, all right, that's good. If any youngsters are watching this show, which are probably not, they're like, "What the hell is a phone booth?" Or what the hell are you guys talking about?
They're also probably, what's an Angelina Jolie?
Oh no, they know Angelina.
Well, possibly she isn't in too much anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't even know what the honey is, but I guess Necrotis is not a fan of honey.
It's only because it steals money from creatives, or from not creatives, from
Well, that's us.
From content from the
All of us.
influencer.
You're talking about then.
What is honey?
Honey's a,
Well, then
is
we
a-
should not be appreciating this at all.
It's an extension for it's an extension for your browser, and what it'll do is it'll hunt for coupon codes for your purchases, so it'll like check them out. But what they were doing was they were stealing, so you could get like a promotional code from like a streamer or something, like here's promo code blah, and what Honey was doing was they were stealing the commissions, their own commissions, from those streamers who were giving out their promo codes. So
You mean the commissioners were supposed to go to the streamers?
yeah, the commissioners were supposed to go to streamers, and they ended up going to Honey instead.
And wait, but and then nothing bad happened to him, honey?
I think they're in litigation for something.
okay.
But yeah.
Wow.
Wait, calling yourselves content creators implies this is content. Well,
No, we're not content. We're CCs.
Folks,
We're
you know what they
CCs.
say. If you are getting the product for free,
You're
the product.
Yeah.
What?
Because
You
you're
haven't
selling
heard
your
that?
personal. Yeah. So anytime you get something for free,
Yeah.
you're not what you're paying with is your personal information. So anything that you can get for free is
Or
personal
your
information.
like, for example, arguably, right? YouTube has provided the platform for free to us, right?
There's ads.
Well, right, but you don't have to pay. You're not directly paying anything out of pocket to create a stream and launch and do all this stuff, right? They will insert ads and they'll share some of the revenue with you, but they'd have no revenue to share with you and nobody to serve the ad to if you didn't provide the content for them to ad monetize. So they, in a sense, we are right now YouTube's product, right? So, yep. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but to your point, Francis, you just want to be kind of aware. Sometimes, just be aware of what the trade is, and if you're cool with it, there's no problem. Where it gets nasty is like Honey, right? If Honey's setting up certain expectations with people and then they're not living up to those, that's a problem.
It is. Yeah, people are. Yeah, there's. There's a lot of people who are. They got exposed, so people are.
Yeah.
I know. Geez, these
There's
people
pushback.
are like worse than the Mariah Carey movie, honey.
Hey,
There's
Mariah Carey's back in cryogenic stasis until next Christmas, so.
That's right. She just comes out for her All I Want for Christmas Is You.
She's just in a big ice cube in Fortnite until next year.
She is in
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Necrotius, do not stop using ad blocker. Because when you do that, instead of 1 cent from YouTube, we only get like half a cent.
You get 0 cents because there's no ad.
Oh, we get 0
Yeah.
cents. You're right.
yeah, 0 cents.
All right, let's. Well, before we get to our next question, I don't think she's watching right now, but former guest of the show, she watches, and a good friend of mine, Jenna Noble. It was her birthday 2 days ago, so happy birthday to Jenna if you're watching this in post. Yes, and she's also one of
Happy
the
25th
actors in my
birthday, Jenna.
Super Knocked Up series
Yeah.
that Chris worked on.
You
She
can
was
now-
she was Shadow Girl, right?
She was Shadow Girl, yes.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Shadow Girl.
Happy birthday, Oh, there you go. Happy birthday, Shadow Girl. She'll love that.
You're now old enough to drive teenagers because you just turned 25. So good for you. Just good for you. Love it.
Oh, is that how old you have to be? And
You have to be 25 to be able to drive minors without who are getting their license. You have to be 25 years, at least here in California.
in California, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the next super geek question, folks, and then we're going to do Super Space Camp later on. So besides Escape from LA, which was on Pluto, I also watched Species. I actually watched most of it. I was actually paying attention to a lot of it because it's a good movie, man.
It's compelling.
It holds up, yeah. Anyway, Species was on this week. So who I should say maybe. I can know what is correct. What's the sexiest alien species? So you don't have to give me a specific alien, just the sexiest species.
Oh, species.
You know, like Klingons, Ewoks,
Klingon,
Huts.
no. Ewoks, 100% Ewoks.
Yeah.
Tribbles.
They've got long spears.
Tribbles are like... Ooh.
Tribbles, you know, they're probably who knows what sex they are.
Get two of them in your hand, you're just...
All right, yep. All right, Chris, you got any choices there?
So I don't know what alien race Lilu Dallas Multipass is.
You were gonna say her.
But her for sure.
She's not
Yeah.
She's the fifth element.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is she exactly? Is she like almost like a god?
I think she's supposed to be like whatever it was that, because they say that like she has like, you know, all these different mammal group, blah blah blah. Basically, they make it sound like she comes from a race of beings that basically populated the entirety of the universe. So she's literally every species that's ever existed or will exist.
Oh,
she's the perfect being.
Oh,
And
Pierre's
Chris
got
would
the
be like,
perfect
oh yeah,
being.
she is. All right, well, no, great. You can't go wrong.
I have a
Mila
hall
Jovovich.
pass actually for that, but not in the way that you think.
For Mila
yeah.
Jovovich, or just her dressed as Lilu?
No. I have a pinball hall pass. So my wife has said no more pinball machines, not allowed.
Oh.
However, there's a standing rule that if a Fifth Element pinball machine or Scott Pilgrim pinball machine get announced, it does not matter if we don't have room for it. We will figure out a way to make it work.
I thought there was a fifth element pinball. I'm sure I've played on a fifth element pinball machine. I feel
Don't you
like
listen.
If you
He's gonna
find
be
it,
up all night
let
now
me
searching
know.
for this.
Yeah, if you find it, let me know. There might be
I
a
like how
digital
that's
one,
what the
but-
hall pass is for pinball.
Oh yeah, women wise, I have what I need, but like I'll take more pinball all day long.
So Pierre says 7 of 9. I mean, she's like part Borg, so that
she's
would count. I guess.
human. Yeah,
But she also is part Borg, right? So I guess you could say she's kind of part alien.
yeah, because the Rysons look human. So like, what are you gonna do, right?
The Betazoids,
Rysons actually
right?
look totally human. You're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Betazoids look human.
The
Like,
Betazoids,
this-
aren't they like always horny? Or is it just
No,
it's just Deanna's mom?
just Loxana.
but the culture has them running around naked for like.
No,
Yeah.
it does not.
Yeah. To get married, they have to be naked to get married.
Oh no.
When I learned that she was Gene Roddenberry's
Oh yeah.
wife,
That's right. You're right. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah. And the voice of the computer. She's the voice of the
Right.
computer. Yeah.
yep,
Oh yeah, Majel Barrett was awesome.
yeah.
Yes, but Deanna Troy's not super horny.
Because she's half human.
Oh yeah, it was just me super horny for Deanna. Never mind, sorry, I got confused.
I don't know. She wore some clothes. I'm telling you, she wore some outfits that like, you could tell she was a little. Oh, she was cold.
No,
at
you
least.
could tell is that's what the producers and costume department put her in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, whoa.
All I know is every time she was on screen, blood left my brain.
Yes.
All right. Crodia says, according to the Resident Alien show, E.T.'s race. I guess that's funny, actually.
That neck.
Yeah,
neck.
that big square rectangular head.
It was that voice, Francis, right? Oh, the blood's leaving my brain.
That's his climax voice.
That's ASMR. There's your ASMR.
To be perfectly fair, to Crody says, we are aliens to other life forms. To all of them, we are the aliens. So I say humans. Okay. Sure.
I mean, sure.
Maybe, I wonder if we are sexy to other aliens.
We give you the possibility to choose anything in all of creation, and you just come back home.
I just like,
Right,
I just like that Star Trek aliens all have like the same sex organs as humans, like all of the alien races, because they can all merge. You know, this half alien, half
That's because
half Klingon,
so
half
they
human,
do it so they can have like half
Vulcan,
Klingons.
human.
And
Yeah, it's like
What was
in
those?
reality, Doctor Who is probably more accurate with this, even though I get grossed out by a lot of the aliens on that show because they're so fucking weird.
yeah.
But in reality, there's no way most aliens are humanoids. That's preposterous.
Right. It's like Galaxy Quest, right? At least Galaxy Quest answers it with they have the illusion generator.
Right.
Yes.
And one of my favorite scenes actually is when the Tony Shalhoub character's making out with one of the aliens, and then the tentacles come up and everything, and Guy's just like, "Oh, that's not right." No. But I'm sure to someone that is one of the sexiest aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
know. I mean, I'm not gonna kink shame.
No, as well. That's good not to. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. Like I got this list here, but they're just showing me. I like this one list says 23 heavenly bodies from sci-fi.
Oh, jeez.
All right, what do you got, Francis?
Well, they don't give a name of the species of alien, even though she's an alien. She's definitely an alien. There's a movie called Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson. Her only movie where she gets fully nude.
Whoa.
And
Under the Skin.
Under the Skin, and
It's a
it's an
sci-fi
alien.
movie?
It is a sci-fi movie. It's an alien who is in the form of Scarlett Johansson. I don't know why Angelina. Well, I know Angelina Jolie's on the braid. We talked about her, but it's in the body of Scarlett Johansson, and she seduces guys in Scotland. That's like her thing, but she's an alien.
So wait, it's set like in the present day for that movie.
It is, yeah. But they don't give an alien. They don't give a name for the alien. They don't give it. She's not like a Klingon or whatever. They don't give her an alien name, but she's an alien.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm going to pick now.
All right.
I'm not going to pick her, but So I just came across this Princess Aura from Flash Gordon, who I could choose actually. She would be up there, but she made me think of Deja Thoris from Princess of Mars.
Oh, she's Martian. That's true.
She's a Martian.
Also, I guess Princess Leia is also an alien.
Yeah, actually, we did this.
Technically, yeah.
We did Sexiest Alien person like years and years ago, and one of our guests said that, and I almost nixed it, but he was right. She is.
She's an alien, yeah.
Yeah.
That really would be a choice. But Deja Thoris is super hot, and she wears
Technically-
as little clothing as possible.
Who was the
So Martians is my choice, I guess, for species.
technically anybody like I'm thinking of the show The Expanse.
Technically,
Wouldn't-
yes.
Any human born
off-worlders.
off world, right?
Yeah,
Would technically,
yeah.
I guess, be an alien to Earth.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's a technicality. That's a technicality.
Papers,
No,
please.
but it's true.
Papers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say Leia, we can say that too.
Yeah, but Leia's like from another planet. These are humans that go to another planet. and are
Oh,
like,
okay. No, I will say, I will say there should be someone born on of another species.
They technically are born. They're humans that are born on Mars and they're born on a space station. So they look different. They have different body types. So
Oh,
they
I
are technically different.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're aliens. It's hard to say. It's hard to say
yeah,
they're
yeah,
aliens. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, under the skin. That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Colony says, "Good pick, weird flick." All right, I'm gonna have to look this up later.
It is a weird flick.
It's kind of like Species, I guess.
It is.
Okay.
Because all she's doing is seducing dudes in the movie.
Oh,
in
so
Scotland.
like Species, she's also trying to get impregnated.
I don't remember if it was that. It was just I think she's killing them.
Oh, at least
But I don't- yeah.
Natasha Henstridge in Species. At least she was having sex with them before
Yeah.
killing them.
Yeah.
Here's the 100% best answer. Chiana's race from Farscape, played by one of SU's most epic guests, Gigi Edgley. She was a guest. You're right.
Yeah, she was.
She's definitely
Her
an
and her,
alien, too.
her and her kid.
What?
Remember her kid was running around?
Oh,
while
was
she
it?
on-
Was she-
Yeah, she was there and her kid was running around the house. She was only
Oh,
like
here's another good
4.
choice. from the 84, actually from either V, but with the original V, Diana, and actually Diana from the new V, because that's Morena Baccarin.
Yes. Yes.
But both of them were very beautiful. And they were lizards, so that's definitely aliens. He can't handle
I
the
can't
V.
do this.
He's thinking of
I can't do
vagina.
this,
V for
yeah.
vagina. All right. Oh, wait, was she number 1? No, she's 21. Okay. Oh, this list said 23, and they only gave me 21. What a bunch of liars. Writing something in. All right, who else? You got anybody else besides who we mentioned? Alien species.
I mean, I was trying to think outside the box. Like I didn't want to pick like T'Pol or something, or
Vulcans. Vulcans are sexy though.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Supergirl, I guess, because she's a Kryptonian.
Kryptonians.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Supergirl.
I was gonna say Wonder Woman, but she's technically from Earth.
Right, she's an Amazonian.
Yeah.
So I can't say that.
Gamora.
She's like part god, not
Gamora.
alien. Gamora? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamora
Yep.
would be.
I mean, yeah, no need to do. It's like,
Sure. Oh man, we should put. Well, whatever. I mean, a lot of these species have guys in them too. So the guy like
there's a lot
Thor's
of dudes, yeah.
Thor's mom.
Thor's mom. Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
Sif. Sif is
Yeah.
his name.
that's not Thor's
Yeah.
mom, but that's in their universe. Yes.
Yeah. Well, she's from Asgard, which is another planet.
Well, okay. Yeah, I guess.
Asgard's another planet.
I
I mean,
thought
it's
it's
outside of our
another
universe.
plane of existence, actually, isn't it?
It's one of the realms. It's one of the 7 realms.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, then you could say anybody from there, right? Thor or Loki or anybody, right?
I mean, sure Thor. I'll take Thor.
You think
He's a good
Thor?
looking.
Yeah.
He's a good looking guy. I wouldn't be mad.
Okay. Good. To show you his hammer.
Yeah.
We scared off Meavy. Oh, he's calling you, I guess, Meavy instead of just
Meavy.
Meavy.
You know what? I've been called worse. I'll take it.
He wants. It's too much for him to say. Meavy.
Yeah.
Meavy. That sounds like an alien. Meavy. The Delvians from Farscape 2. Zahn was one. Okay, I actually never got into Farscape, so I don't know what that race is, but I don't know. All right, I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's other ones. But
There are, but it's just like, it's like, well, I mean, I feel
well, you
like
know
they're
what? Martian
all-
Manhunter. That's another version of Martians.
They had a female Martian Manhunter in
He's a
the
sexy guy.
Flash
And he can change. He can change into
Or-
anything he wants.
in the Arrowverse. Yeah.
They did.
Who was the? I don't remember the guy's name, but in the movie Critters, remember Critters?
Jeez, yes.
When they got the shapeshifter there, that like he'd always pick up this like magazine and he'd like shapeshift into these like supermodels.
You would?
Yeah. In fact, there was a thing where he I don't remember if it was in Critters 1 or Critters 2, but they encounter this like overturned truck or something and somebody's dead or whatever, and they look like really butch and really badass. And the shapeshifter looks at it and starts going, starts like changing. The guy's like, no, and he pulls out. He kept the magazine, like it was like some like Playboy or Penthouse magazine. He's like, no, this, and like it's because he had his partner with him. His partner's trying to make sure stay as this. I want you to stay as this. Anyway, that was a good movie because it was kind of like it was a bit of a slasher flick. A bit of a horror flick, but then, a bit of like a campy action flick. It was very Evil Dead, but with like aliens instead of, spirits and stuff.
They're evil tribbles, essentially. Critters are evil tribbles.
Yeah. Man, I want to go back and watch those. Those movies are so bad, they're good.
So I also just saw again this week Total Recall, the original, which is such a good movie. But I realized, I guess according to your rules, the 3-boob woman is actually really a human. She just got from the
Enhanced.
the Martian or whatever, the stuff in Mars, it mutated her.
Yeah, I mean,
Great
technically,
mutation, though.
Technical, yeah. For being technical.
Like of all the mutations they have, she had a good one.
I don't know. Like,
Is it?
I'm with you, France. I mean, with ADHD, I'm like, I don't understand where I'm supposed to devote my attention. Like, I don't have 3 hands.
It's hard motorboat, I'll tell you that.
You've
now.
got 2 hands and 1 mouth.
Yeah, but that's a little too. I don't know. That's a little
It's
too
involved. It's too involved.
Where's the creativity in that?
That's like
right?
saying, You know what? I must touch every erogenous zone on my partner at the same time. Like, that doesn't usually how it works.
No, you rotate.
Yeah, so you can rotate the boobs too. Go
I
clockwise,
guess. I don't
and
know.
go counterclockwise.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
I suppose I don't know. It's just too much. It's like I don't know.
So so you looked up a list. So I decided to look up a list too, and comic book or CBR. I forget what the R stands
comic
for.
book resources.
Okay. They have a list of 15 hottest aliens, and they're all ugly. Well, I mean, they're not all ugly, but they're not the hottest alien. Like, it's a terrible
Who are they?
list.
Give us a sample.
The first one is the I guess the Avatar people.
The Na'vi.
Na'vi.
I'm not super into that, but I think some people find them quite beautiful.
Number 14, the Borg Queen.
Some people also find her hot.
No way.
No, I mean I'm going 7 of 9. That one.
Yeah, yeah, not the Borg Queen, where she's all like her weird squishy skin. Leela from Futurama.
The Avatar people.
Oh yeah, the Avatar. Yeah.
Some
That's what you said
people-
first.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Then there's the horse people from the Inhumans, like people with women with horse faces.
What is
Right?
this
That's
list?
super hot. That's what
Wait,
I'm
is this a
telling
list
you.
of sexy aliens?
Hot 15 of the hottest aliens in pop culture, and this is CBR doing it, and it's just. I mean, here's one: the Liara from Mass Effect. Okay, sure.
Oh, how could we forget the Asari? Of course.
Yeah.
Should have been on my list. I love the Asari.
But then it's like who are the blue aliens with the weird antennae from Star Trek?
Oh yeah, the Andorians.
Yeah, Andorians are number 9 on here.
I mean, I wouldn't put them super high, but
No.
I wouldn't mind an Andorian girl. I'd be okay.
Did we mention the Vulcan from
To Paul, yeah.
Yes.
Voyager? Yeah.
Oh, from Voyager.
Not from Voyager.
Tuvok.
From,
Enterprise.
Tuvok. Tuvok is so hot.
Oh, he was so yes.
he wasn't not hot.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
He turned me on with his logic.
Because it's logic. Well, speaking of which, B'Elanna Torres is number 7 from Voyager. So there you go.
I mean,
Over
at first
7
I
of
was,
9,
At
though.
first I was into her, but I didn't like what they did with the character. It was-
Yeah, but over 7 of 9. So anyway,
that's preposterous, but okay.
it's all bad. This
But
entire
speaking of
list is
Klingons,
all-
Scorpio says Klingon women can make you forget all others.
boob window.
Yeah. Well, like, what is it? Balor and oh, damn, what are the sisters? The Durst.
Valor and
I know who you're talking about.
Or is it-
Yeah.
Oh, Bela. No.
Damn it! I might have messed you up with that.
Yeah.
Whoever the younger one was, I found very attractive.
The Duras sisters.
The Duras sisters,
Oh, it's Lursa and Bator.
Lursa and Bator.
Yeah.
I think Bator was the one I liked, but don't quote me on that. Oh,
Lursa
I don't see it if
and
you put the.
Betor. Were their names Lursa and Betor?
Yeah. I like how Dash is now just repeating everything you say, Francis, like a minute
well,
later.
he's looking.
No, I looked it up so that because you're like, who are they? What's their names? I looked.
Well,
up their
Francis just told me that though before you.
It's okay. It's all good, man. It's
I
all
think
good.
Chris is just blocking you out. He's like, I don't need to listen to Francis.
Well, it's because I'm not complimenting him. I'm not telling him
Right,
how sexy he
that's it.
is.
names. Oh, I
So
heard
again,
that.
it doesn't process.
What? It hid your Lursa and Bator comment? That's
that's
yeah, maybe you said I wanna fuck Lursa and Bator.
Maybe.
How about Klingon sandwich?
Oof.
That's what they should have offered Picard, man, when they were trying to get him on
You
their
know
side.
what we need to
Picard
do.
thing.
What we need to do is we need to have Jonathan Frakes on, and he could definitely tell us the sexiest aliens because he was such a player.
true.
He's gonna say all of them.
He's gonna say that the people who were Irish on that one planet.
The Irish one. Well, let's see. He
You
even,
start with the top and work your way all the way down to the bottom.
look. He even hooked up with a unisex alien, if you recall.
He did. I do recall.
So
That was
He-
actually for that time. That was pushing some boundaries.
Yeah, it was.
He did not discriminate. He's just like, you got some lips I can kiss. I'm on it. I need to rub my beard on some face. So he did.
I know, Scorpio. It doesn't tell you it's when you're blocked. It's bullshit.
It's not supposed to. It's not.
Well, yeah. I mean, it used to tell me though. Actually, if there was a blocked comment, I can't even find one. Oh well, whatever.
eh.
Anyway, it's not us, Scorpio. It's the freaking, it's the algorithm. You can say whatever you want. All right. Anyway, let's thank our patrons, and then we'll do our last game. So, Dash, if you have the list up there, if you happen to have the doc up,
I do.
we will. These are our super shout out patrons who are at $10 or more a month. We give them a weird geeky shout out, but you don't have to do that much. You can do whatever you want. $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, $100, whatever. Patreon.com/supergeekedup. You can do a monthly pledge. It helps us out a lot. And you can also do a super chat or a super sticker, which is a little dollar symbol below your chat box window there. All of that helps us out quite a bit. Thank you, everybody who's been doing that lately. All right. What's the theme? Aliens, maybe, or something?
Yeah.
All right, aliens.
Alien species or something.
Alien species. Why don't you kick us off, Francis?
All right. Hey there, Craig Allen Poole. You're as sexy as those huts. You're so hutties. You're such a hutties.
He is a hutties.
You're such a hutties.
Hutties. Rachel J. You make me feel like an Endorian because you get my antenna erect. You started it, Francis, with
I
the
know.
sexy stuff.
It
It doesn't have to be sexy, Dash, if you don't want.
All right, Greg and Rena Horvey. I gotta say, next stop, Floston Paradise, a planet of 1,001 follies, jollies, and lick'em lollies, and coochie coochie coo, all night long, all night long, all night.
You're doing Chris Tucker, right, from Fifth Element?
Poorly, but yes.
How does he say the Dallas? Does he say Corbin? Does he say Corbin?
Corbin, my man, Corbin. I ain't got no matches. I ain't got no fire. I mean, I'd stop smoking if I knew, Father, you smoke. We're gonna die.
Oh, Chris Tucker, never
He's
changed.
so good.
Never changed, Chris. Tammy Anderson, why you've got me covered in mud because you're a predator.
Oh, the sexy alien.
Predator's a sexy alien with his detachable jaws.
Yes.
Sexy.
Well, that's a lot of mandible action going, like Garrus from Mass Effect.
I like mandible. You're right.
Yeah.
It's mandible.
Johnny Big Daddy Pappas. You know what, Johnny? You can, since you're the Big Daddy, you'll have a multi-pass for Lilu. And it'll be Lilu. She'll say, Lilu, Big Daddy Pappas is what she'll say when she goes to get on Ford. There you go.
Michael Gilstrap, report to the bridge. In my ready room.
Oh, okay.
All right.
More details to follow.
Look, Dash V, wherever you are. All right, you've got. You're as warm and inviting as
Yes.
as Klingon vagina.
Oh,
I was waiting.
God.
I'm like, this has to go horribly bad at some point. I'm just waiting. There we go. Okay, all is right with the world.
So are you speculating that Klingon vagina is more hotter than human vagina?
Yeah, well, yeah, because they run hot. Klingons run hot.
I'd buy that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Well, all right, Jalou. Since Jalou, you are in the Philippines now. I don't know if this is always true, but I associate the Philippines with pretty warm weather, sometimes quite hot, I would imagine. Francis, maybe you can confirm that or not for me. No, I don't know. Is it usually pretty warm there? Yeah? All right. So,
Give or take.
all right, I know. But warmer than upstate New York, at least.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, Jalou, just like you're in a warm place, I'll say you can go hang out on Vulcan, because that's a really hot planet. And
I said I thought it was.
it's hot. At least certain areas of it are really hot.
Oh, I
Desert.
thought it was the Romulus. I thought Romulus was hot. Okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it'll be so hot that T'Pol will have to take off all her clothes.
Well, T'Pol have to take off to all her clothes.
Yes. Oh, who's
Delaney
next?
Parker, we are super geeked up of Borg, and resistance is futile. You will be entertained.
And Geeked Up.
You will be, whether you like it or not, you'll be entertained. And of course, Brian H. You're my favorite cat-eating alien from Melmac, Gordon Shumway. Thanks a lot,
Always
Gordon.
known as Alf.
Also known as Alf. He's an alien life form. And
right.
also a puppet.
Yep, we forgot to mention him in the sexy ones.
Well, it's that nose.
Patreon.com/super geeked up. He's got a big nose.
He does.
Thank you, everyone, folks. So Scorpio asks, are new perks coming to the Patreon? That's a great question because I actually haven't updated in quite a while. If anybody of you have ideas for new perks, please let me know. I would be happy to switch some of them up or add some. If there's certain things you would love to see, if that would encourage you to subscribe or keep you going, that would be great. I'd be happy to hear those suggestions. So you can put them in the chat, put them in post if you're watching later in the comments. Oh, good. That's quality entertainment, Scorpio says. That's what we aim for. Occasionally.
So Jeff and Francis, then, are you not? I apologize if this is a spoiler and everything, but you're not ready to announce that the tier that people can get Francis's toenail clippings.
Oh, that's
Well,
$1.
we were going to save that for our 500th episode, but
Okay, sorry, folks, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. Act surprised when they announce it.
well, the cool thing about it is Francis actually has 11 toes. That's why it's so valuable.
11. Yes.
You have an extra one on one foot
An
on your
extra
left
toe.
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have
That's
more
what-
caffeine. The toe jam in those clippings has more caffeine than Jolt Cola.
I have two big toes on my left foot. Really
Yeah,
big
well,
toes.
it was the Jolt that did it. Oh, he drank so much Jolt as a kid.
Yeah.
That's why when we're at Comic Cons together, he's always kind of limping a little bit, and that's why.
Oh, no, that's because
Well,
I'm
that's
a
where the
pimp.
caffeine.
That's because you're a pimp.
Yeah, that's why I'm limping.
Well, right, because you have two big toes. That's a common
Yeah.
pimp trait.
That I call my hose my two toes.
My two toes. Like, hey, big toe number one, big toe number two, get over here.
Oh, well, you can't see them.
Where my toes at?
Your toes or your hose? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. My
Do I
toes.
stutter?
My toes. My toes.
All right, folks. We're gonna do the last game of the night. That's called Super Space Camp, and Francis is gonna tell us all about it.
Yes. So we got on a penis-shaped ship because he's gone now. I can say anything I want. He's not here. He can't correct me. We went whatever Jeff Bezos' ships are, which are penis-shaped. We went on them, and we are in space camp. No,
I'm gonna take notes.
Ooh, fancy. No, Space Camp is where you get to help us pick a scenario, and we are going to play out that scenario as either ourselves or characters of your choice. And it'll of course start like this one time in Space Camp, and then we'll talk about the scenario that we're in. So what are we doing in Space Camp? What have we discovered? I'm not going to give you suggestions because you have to give us the suggestions. Excuse me, as I burp in the mic. So we need recommendations of what we're doing at Space Camp, and then we're just going to pass the story around and tell you our little adventures in the camp called Space. Have you ever been in a summer camp or like a Boy Scout camp there? Chris, have you ever done anything like that?
Not really. Not as a child, but
As an adult, you
in
went
my parenting life, I would have to take I did a lot of volunteering for scouts and everything because my son had a medical condition, so he could only go to overnight camps and things like that if somebody was there that could handle if there was a situation.
Sure.
And so, but yeah, we got to do some pretty epic camping. This is when we lived in California, and we were in the Bay Area, it was always perfect weather for camping. So we camped
Yeah.
by beaches, we camped in redwood forests, we camped on mountains, just all the time. It was always perfect weather for camping.
It's the one. It's the one like thing that California has is you have like 3 different biomes, like
Yeah.
this like an hour drive from each other.
All right. So, okay, yeah. So, did you this one time at Space Camp? Did you give them that
Yes,
prompt?
I gave them the prompt. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Pierre wants alien identification, I guess. Let's see here. But Scorpio says, I bet this one time at Space Camp you broke into the kitchen and ate all that weird dry astronaut food. Oh. Well, they do have a lot of that, that food.
Their ice cream is dry.
Yes,
It's dehydrated.
it is. Pretty much everything is, right?
Yes. Which I don't. Here's the thing. Which means it's dusty. Which means you're gonna get like dust, like when you're eating in zero gravity. You're just gonna have like food dust particles in everything, right?
Well, maybe they
bike-
do a special way. Or it might be a seal, because I know, like when they pee, they have to kind of like do it in a special way so it all
they
gets
dock-
sucked in.
they
and
dock when
the
they
liquid
poo,
can't
yeah.
go in anywhere.
They poo dock. Yeah.
Who what?
They poo dock. They dock into the
Oh,
toilet
yes.
to
Put
poo.
the dock- They dock, yes. into the toilet.
And they make the beeping noise when they're reversing.
Right. I was just
It's
thinking
good.
that.
Yeah.
I believe the gentleman that made the purification system for the water, because they have to recycle the water, right?
Yes.
But I believe, if I remember correctly, I don't know if they still use that exact one, but one of the earlier generation purifiers that they had was invented by the same guy that invented the Segway.
They got the pure water purifier they use in space.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying?
yep.
Wow, that's very different
Oh.
things, but okay.
The Segway.
Yeah, it's like, how do you go from like this gyroscopic thing to like, I can make it so you can drink your own pee.
I'm kind of sad the Segway never turned into anything, by the way. I'm kind of sad that never became like a thing. It is
Yeah.
kind of a
Occasionally,
thing.
you still see one.
Yeah, you see Segway tours and stuff. But
I actually never liked them. I thought they were kind of goofy.
you just lean.
Well, I think in a way though, Francis, they've I think what's happened is that, have you seen those scooters that they have that are like, they're almost like the unicycles or whatever, but they're kind of based on the same technology. So it's kind of,
Oh yeah, those are actually really hard to use.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just sad they didn't use another term like non sequitur for those ones. You have your segues and you have your non sequiturs.
Oh God, all
That
right.
would be, yeah. That would be something, Francis. Yeah.
Just trying.
I liked it. I saw what you did there. I liked it. I'm just giving you a hard time.
All right, let's kind of mix these up or combine them. So we broke into the kitchen, ate all that weird dry astronaut food,
You did.
and let's say an alien comes in, and also, okay, this one just came up. An instructor walked in and you doing the truffle shuffle. So that's a classic Goonies reference, which is actually good because in a theater near me next month or two, I think, the Goonies 40th anniversary is coming to theaters.
Ooh. I loved everything you said about that until 40th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Why couldn't we just say the Goonies is having an anniversary this year and they're releasing the movie? You don't have to remind me that I'm older than you.
because they're never going to say, hey, this is an anniversary screening and not say the number, right? That's not how it works.
Well, they can say it, but you don't have to. This is supposed to be a safe space.
The
Jeff.
90s were 10
Dude,
years
I'm
ago.
older than you, I think, so it's not. It's
Okay, now I feel better though. Now lead with that next time.
All right, fine.
The 90s were 10 years ago, guys. Don't worry about it.
Stop.
Only 10 years ago.
Yes, yes.
I wish. All right, so we'll try to work all that in, folks. And we're the three of us are at space camp together.
Together.
Yep. All right. Actually, I usually start it off, but France, why don't you start us off?
Okay.
We don't have to rhyme, Chris, just so you know.
It's optional.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, hey guys, this one time in space camp, I almost fell from grace because we didn't start. I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
He's
kidding,
gonna
guys.
rhyme. I knew he
I'm
was gonna
kidding.
rhyme.
I'm not. I got into this weird headspace. It's all this astronaut food, and I have this driest mouth ever. I have so much cotton mouth from all this dry astronaut food.
Tell me about it, dude. When we were making out the other day, you had a dry mouth.
I know
really
your
dry.
tongue was like the tongue of a cat. It was
That's
like
what I've been
the
told. Thank you.
roughest thing.
Well, you know what the problem is, though? We're running out of food because, look, over there eating all the food is Cookie Monster.
Mmm. Tastes like cookie. Francis.
Yes.
Tell me, I ate all the food in the pantry. Tell me where is more food. Nom, 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 nom.
Wait, why is Cookie Monster doing his impersonation of Frankenstein's monster?
Well, because that's what happens when you are hungry. When he's hungry, he's not
He's
himself.
hangry. He's
He's
hangry.
hangry. So we got to do something.
We got. So I don't think this dry, dehydrated stuff is sating him. It's not working for Cookie Monster.
Guys, I think we have a problem. This blue creature, he appears to be eating things and rambling about cookies. He's kind of a monster.
Christopher Walken, how did you get into space camp?
You can't keep me out of space camp. I'm a cool cat.
Well, yes, you are.
Wait a minute, Francis. I think didn't remember we are supposed to be on alert for shape-shifting aliens. How do we know this is really Christopher Walken?
Wait a minute.
What was the test we were supposed to do?
You're supposed to poke them in the stomach and feel around for their belly button. If it goes in, they're human. But if it makes them laugh like Kermit the Frog, they're...
What are you doing? No.
Oh, he's an alien. Oh no.
We're gonna have to do something. Jeff, take out the raunchy recruits. They need to capture alien Christopher Walken.
All right,
Zorg.
yes. Let me get my megaphone. Calling all raunchy recruits. Come out immediately.
Tell Zorg that plan A flopped. Go to plan B.
Plan B? That's dancing in space. We're gonna have to dance in space now. Guys, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do a dance off. I think that's the only way.
That's right, alien Christopher Walken. We challenge you to a dance off in space.
In space.
Okay, but you better be prepared for these sweet moves.
Don't worry, guys. I
Good
got a
news.
secret weapon.
He only knows 80s moves.
Well, I do too, and it's called the Truffle Shuffle.
Oh yeah, let's do the truffle shuffle.
Oh no, I can't handle it.
Oh, he just like disappeared in the dust.
It worked. My God, he's literally gone.
He actually he vaporized before her eyes.
Well,
That
what
was
are we gonna
amazing. Who knew the truffle shuffle had such power?
It's too. Some would say too much power.
Ah, thank you, Chunk.
Thank you, Chunk. And
Oh,
thank
look,
you.
Cookie Monster's back.
Oh, thank God. Cookie, are you okay?
This ain't Cookie Monster. This is Duke Nukem.
Oh,
And those
God.
alien bastards are gonna pay for trying to dance off with us.
I know there's only two things you can do, Duke Nukem.
I can kick ass, or I can chew bubblegum, but not at the same time.
Did you
Okay,
run out of
well-
either?
Did you say, did you rent me on Fiverr?
No, did you run out of either?
You are pretty cheap on there.
Let me
true.
check the pantry. Maybe there's some more. Because it is time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. But wouldn't you know it, I'm all out of
No,
gum.
dude, it's not. You're too late. We took care of the problem. What are you even doing here?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I was on East Coast time. Damn it.
Go back to 1992.
Or fail in 2008.
I feel like I've been gone forever.
You have been.
All right.
Duke.
Well, go back to wherever you were from, and we're gonna go hunt up some food for Cookie Monster.
First off, I'm impressed that you're in 3D. Just letting you know. I'm just really impressed. And
No problem.
You're very sexy, Duke Nukem.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Francis, stop flirting with Duke Nukem. We got to go back to Space Camp.
Check your DMs.
Wow, he has Twitter too now. Cool. All right, end scene.
Jeff's like, end scene, Francis and just me get a room.
Jeez, Duke Nukem.
Hey,
Wow.
love Duke Nukem. Love that impersonation.
Was 2008 the last game?
It didn't think Duke Nukem
no,
Returns or something.
When did Duke Nukem Forever come
Oh,
out?
forever. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was 2008, but I could be wrong.
Wasn't it more recent?
Maybe.
I thought it was, but then again, I would have believed Francis that the 90s was 10 years ago. So
2011. So I was off by a couple years, but 2011 is
Oh, yeah.
Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah.
By the way, that was a great truffle shuffle. I actually forgot what it went like until you started.
oh my God, I was seriously laughing my ass off. I could not contain myself.
Poor Chunk.
Poor or the other guy. What was the other guy? It was the guy.
No, Chunk is the one they made fun of and made do the dance.
Yeah. But who was the Fratelli, the guy with the drunk?
Oh, hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
I forget his name. It's what do you mean Fratelli? Oh, he was with the actor.
He's
You
the
mean?
Fratellis.
Or
Was he with the
Fratelli's
Fratellis?
the family.
Yeah, the crime family.
The crime family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, somebody look it up. What the fuck's his name?
I'm looking it up.
The 10th anniversary movie is coming out this weekend. We
Right,
gotta-
right.
Sloth.
Sloth.
Sloth was his name.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Sloth.
Well, that's why Try Chunk and Sloth became best friends because they were both
did.
made fun of.
Oh no, he had the candy bar.
But then they became friends. Even besides that,
the baby Ruth.
Sloth protected them from the
That's true.
Fratellis later.
Jeffrey, man, the actor that played Chunk, though, Jeffrey is a pretty established attorney. Now, he's really kind of come into
Is he
his own.
Daredevil?
I think that he's an attorney. He is Daredevil. Yes. He is Matt Murdock.
My God, that opening scene with Murdoch and Kingpin, where he goes, "I must admit, I'm not entirely right." I don't recall exactly how he says it, but he almost says like he's glad to see him. I'm like, wow, this is.
We're
Oh,
excited for
I
him.
should have said Daredevil. Now he's back on this again.
It's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again.
There we go. There we
Is
go.
this from the new trailer?
Yeah, it's from the.
You
it's
gotta
the first,
see
it's one
it,
of the
man.
first that
You gotta
Vincent
see it.
D'Onofrio says.
You know
Not
what I
really.
was remembering,
I didn't think the
Francis?
first show was that great, so not really.
I was remembering Francis when he's in prison and he reaches across and grabs him and just starts slamming his face into the table like repeatedly.
I like that he's a minute like he's a good balance and foil for Daredevil. He's not just some big guy. He's like
Right.
he can actually hurt the guy. So
Yeah. And apparently he could take a rocket launcher to the face and keep going.
wow.
So.
Okay, well, let's
that happen?
ignore that part. Ignore that.
I think what was it? Was it a rocket launcher or just a gun? Like he
It was,
got
it was a gun to the head. Yeah.
yeah. But what I'm remembering is he was in all those explosions in the fireworks store and he just walked out like unscratched, right?
Yeah, he's kind of mutant-y, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the comics, the real Kingpin, who was so huge, was actually quite spry a lot of times, right? He was like a judo or sumo master or something, supposedly, right?
Something like that. He's in the Spider-Man video game as a gigantic, like, if you put 8 people together, it equals to 1 Kingpin.
Well, like he was in the comics. I mean, the comics, it's preposterous how big he is.
Yeah. Like, nothing. But hey, Vincent D'Onofrio, pitch perfect casting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I think that was the best thing about the show. He was great. Oh, so speaking of comics, I got a couple here the last 2 days. So I think, Francis, you'll like this. There is a new Rogue Savage Island series.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
This is actually the J. Scott Campbell cover, who is one of my favorite comic artists.
You know what? I don't know how comics are gonna be distributed soon.
Here's the new Question series. This is the second one. I have the first one.
Nice.
Because I'm a big Question fan, and I'm also a big fan of Renee Montoya as the Question, who was a former Gotham City Police Department detective. So here's the thing. Apparently what comics are doing now,
Yeah, what are they doing?
because when I was in the store, Rogue and lots of other comics, like the new Justice League Unlimited has a new series, they all have 4 or 5 variant covers.
Okay.
And now I'm like, okay, it's like every comic is doing this nowadays, it seems like, or a lot of them are. And I'm trying to think, okay, why pay 4 or 5 artists instead of just one?
Because hopefully a bunch of people buy 4 or 5.
That's what they're
versions.
hoping.
Yeah.
I guess, is there enough people doing that, though? I'm not doing that.
Well,
If enough people are doing that, sure. And maybe they think that's the only way we're actually going to make enough money now because we don't have enough people buying otherwise.
I mean, you're probably going to start getting your comics digitally anyway soon. So, like, the only way to
Yeah,
get
I mean, comics
books.
has been dying for a long time.
Yeah.
now.
And, well, freaking Diamond Distribution, which distributes a bunch of they're going into bankruptcy.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
I think part of the challenge, honestly, is that, to your point, like who are they trying to? Who's their market? Like, I don't believe, like, as somebody who is a collector of video games, for example, most of what I collect, I'm not the typical collector in that I generally just collect what it is I want to play. Most like hardcore collectors, like, I want to get a complete North American run of this, or I want to get every issue of that, right? Or I want to get it depends on if you're collecting cards, if you're collecting comic books, if you're collecting, video games and stuff. But usually people want to get like an entire set of something. And I don't really think that they're the people that tend to dominate the market. They are the people who can drive the market forces that lead to scarcity and lead to, things becoming like overvalued. But I don't know that comes into play when you're just first launching the series. Like, a lot of times the collectors get involved after something is demonstrated. Oh, that's going to be rare, and then they'll go and snap it up. So what really stinks about that is you can have excellent games, excellent comics and things like that, excellent card series, and unless it's like, oh, that's going to tank, suddenly everybody's out and getting them. Like Pokemon. Once there was a couple of cards that were rare enough to really drive up the value, that's when people started going crazy and like mobbing stores to get all the Pokemon cards. The downside of that, though, is actual fans can't get, and I've talked about this on my Twitch stream before, people say, why don't you stream Nintendo? Why don't you talk about Nintendo stuff a lot? I don't hate Nintendo. I'm a huge fan of Nintendo. I have been since childhood, but Nintendo is like been kind of taken over by collectors at this point. Like, I know that just about any system or any game that's going to have a limited edition, the scarcity of that is going to get snapped up by scalpers and collectors, and I'm just going to have to wait until a restock that is like the regular run. So that kills actually a lot of the enthusiasm for me, because what's more exciting than being able to grab something at launch and be one of the first people there? Once you take that from the actual people who are the fans, what you end up getting is a watered down fandom that's like, maybe I'll get to it later, maybe I'll see it later, like if it's still around after all the buzz dies down. And so I think if they try to do this, like they've been doing multiple covers on comics like since forever, for like 40 years. I don't know that the people that are into it for the story are going to be buying 4 copies. I think the people who are collecting, hoping that one of those copies outpaces the others, are going to be doing it. And
Yeah, you can't buy stuff anymore for the collection. Like, you can't buy it with the expectation that it's gonna gain in value. You could
they're
sell it.
producing so many of them,
Thanks,
right? That's
Scorpio.
the other
Glad you-
thing, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm glad
Jeff.
you like those pickups, Scorpio. I actually don't. I very rarely buy comics anymore, actually, but those look cool.
Well, and they're expensive too. Like, how much are each one of those? There's
So
something
those each were $4.99.
yeah, so like $5 a piece. So you're going to spend $20 on the same
You
story.
can occasionally find a $3.99 still, but most of them are $4.99.
The good
Yeah.
old
So a couple
days
things
when-
what you said.
Yeah.
Well, number one, like Francis mentioned, the fact that almost everything's digital now is taking away that collector thing of it, right?
Yeah.
Like for video games, I get everything digital now, so I don't care about a collector's edition. Like with Arkham Asylum, I remember that I got the collector's edition because it came in this big case with a batarang, like a life-size batarang, and that was cool, right? But you don't get it. Who cares when it's fucking digital? And it's not going to run out, right?
Right.
Well,
comics specifically,
yes and no, but
I mean, yes,
go ahead.
they could put it off for sale like Disney does with their Vault movies sometimes, right? generally speaking, games are always available to buy.
I'm more thinking like a lot of times, like whatever you bought digitally on your PlayStation 3 doesn't come over to the PlayStation 4. You end up having to repurchase it at a certain point in time. If your PlayStation 3 dies and you buy another one, the PlayStation 3 part of the network isn't online anymore. So if you didn't already have it downloaded and backed up, you lost it.
Well, that's why ideally they should make most of that backwards compatible. But
Right. Yeah.
less of a problem when you're on PC though for that kind of stuff, I feel.
Yeah, Steam is great, especially for that. Steam is awesome for that. I can still get purchases back from when they first launched. So I agree with you there.
For comics though, I feel, I don't know, Francis, you can tell me what you think, or you too, Chris, but you're not as big as the comics you said. I feel like a big issue is most of their people who spend the money are middle-aged people and older who have a lot of disposable income, but they're not replenishing that. Like they're not getting any young viewers. I feel all the younger ones are going to manga.
Yeah.
In fact, I read way more manga now than I do comics.
Hi, Wesley.
Right. I don't know. I don't think they're replenishing their supply of readers. The comics are.
No. Because
Yes, hello, Wes. Thank you. Well, Wesley Curry the second. Very nice. Welcome to the show. Glad you're
the
here.
second.
A sequel. So good they made another.
Imagine that when his birthday was like, it's the sequel.
It's Wesley Curry 2, Wes Courier.
Better than Wesley Crusher too.
But yeah, no, I think that comic books they just don't cater to a young audience anymore. They don't even cater to an older audience. I don't know who they're catering to as like a genre of thing. So like I don't know what I don't know who their audience is in general, which is why Diamond is freaking going into bankruptcy.
Well, you're saying you don't think you know who
because
comics knows who their
I don't know who they're
is?
writing for. Like I don't know who they're writing for, because if they're writing for the older audiences, they want comics a certain way. If they're writing to a younger audience, they want comics a certain way.
Like what happened recently with the Punisher, right? They put the entire Punisher fan base into a complete tizzy with how they decided to, pivot that series.
Yeah, and they're trying to be relevant. They're trying to deal with like real life issues. When manga is always slice of life, or always like something unrelated to like the real world. It's
just
always
having fun.
Yeah, just having fun. Like, hey, this guy ended up in a fantasy world. What does he do? Oh, this person over here is in a high school full of superheroes. What do they do? Versus like, well, this is what's happening in the world. Let's write about it. It's like, don't really want to read that. I don't think
that's a good point though, because I feel you're right. They are trying to get like maybe some younger writers and do new things for younger viewers, but I don't feel like those readers are actually there for them.
No, they're not.
And you're right. They are going to kind of alienate the older school fans who do want to stick around.
Yeah.
But also, I also feel the success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was a death knell for Marvel Comics. And in many ways, they abandoned their comic franchise
They didn't
for the success of the movies.
They didn't bother like. So I used to listen to a lot of comic book podcasts, and like and they were like, this is like 7-8 years ago, like, comics are dying, and they're like, you want to find a way to reinvigorate comics. Give comic books to people who watch these movies. Get them interested in these storylines by giving out a free comic book to people who are watching.
Like
these
during
films.
the premiere or something of a movie, or like first
Or
opening
whatever.
weekend or
Yeah.
something,
Like if you go for like the midnight showing.
That'd be
like,
smart.
Here's issue number 1 of this series, and you're like, oh, that's
Yeah,
how
it's
they're
like free
connected.
comic book day. They could do it, sure.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, this is how they're connected. I want to know more about this series. Like it's a good like foot in the door for people to discover this stuff. But
No, that is a good idea.
So,
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that we talked about that kind of like hinted at it or was like adjacent to this whole thing. Like I think sometimes when we have a thing that we love, a lot of times you can have the makers go overboard and provide too much of that thing. They flood the market and they just kind of saturate our attention and our imagination, and we just get kind of overwhelmed with it. And I think right now there's that question of whether or not Marvel has so oversaturated film and cinema with Marvel stuff that People just are kind of
Well, they have.
burned out on it, right?
They have. Yeah.
And I think the same thing had maybe happened with their comic books, and so I don't think that they necessarily abandoned them so much as they pivoted from an area that they saw was winding down into an area that they thought had potential to wind up. What's really interesting though is that there's a parallel to this potentially with what happened to pinball. Right now there are 3 or 4 companies. Bear with me for just a moment.
I'm
Right
with
now
you.
there's
I'm with you.
there's
I'm there.
3 or 4 companies right now that make pinball machines. You've got Stern, you've got Jersey Jack, you've got a brand new player called Barrels of Fun that just released the Labyrinth pinball, which is friggin' awesome. And then Spooky pinball. Now, scroll. They did things like they did stuff like Texas
they-
Chainsaw Massacre, Scooby Doo.
That's the one I was
Looney
hoping for.
Tunes, right? They've done America's Most Haunted. Now, go back to like say 10 years ago, there was only one pinball player still standing, Stern. Go back 15 years ago, it was Stern versus Bally Williams, and every table that they were making was like selling like hotcakes. What happened was there was a flood in the market of pinball, but at the same time, people were transitioning over to console video gaming in the home. Arcades were dying. So sometimes, perhaps, we need to lose something for a while before we can really appreciate how much we missed it. Because pinball is having a huge rebirth and a huge resurgence right now. But they're making the same mistakes. Like Stern is like every year they're cranking out a new pinball machine, and they built a whole new factory to pump them out at like 2 to 3 times the volume. And now they went from they can't sell them fast enough to they're sitting in factories. So there's a certain level of getting it right, I think, to like meet the market. And I think also one other something that maybe hits a bit closer to home with us as geeks in film. Remember Star Trek when there was a drought of Star Trek things? I remember when Scott Bakula and folks found out you're not going to get another season because just people aren't consuming Star Trek like they were before. And for a while, nobody would touch it. And then in the last couple years, we've almost got too much of it.
There's way too much now.
Yeah, so maybe there needs to be, just because something goes away or winds down doesn't necessarily mean it's gone forever. If it was good, I expect it'll come back. But maybe sometimes it needs time to sit and to bake a bit more so it can come back as something as good or better as what we remember versus just cranking things out repeatedly for the sake of cranking it out. I don't know. What are your
Good
thoughts?
point.
Yeah. I think yeah.
Good point.
Okay.
Yeah, because all right, hang on. Let me. Sorry, Francis. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No. I think my only going with pinball, like my only experience with that is in Vegas they have the pinball museum.
Yeah.
So I get to see all of the cool pinball machines.
Yeah.
Out there, and they try to keep it up to date. There's a lot of modern ones from modern properties. So at least they're getting some love.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like we're gonna see pinball machines, right? Like where arcades are dying, malls are dying. Like all of these things that we used to do where we went out and did things, they're going away.
Yeah,
So,
where the pinball machines are going now is they're going into people's homes.
People's homes, yeah.
I've had people in my Facebook's friends list reach out to me and be like, "Hey, I'm retiring, blah blah blah. I'm thinking of putting like it used to be people wanted a piano in their rec room, right? That was your sign that you'd like made it was like a piano in the rec room, right? Now people are like, I'll get a pinball machine in the man cave. Like that's their like status symbol now. It's like the strangest thing.
yeah.
Pierre says they should do Space Cadet Pinball for Apple and Android.
I agree. That was pretty good. Yeah, back Windows 95, the pack-in game. And
Yep.
when we had Weezer, do you guys remember Weezer's the music video on the Windows 95 CD? Did you know that was the thing?
No, didn't know. It was Weezer.
If you have a Windows 95 CD, there is a Weezer Buddy Holly music video hidden on the hidden
my
on the
goodness.
disc.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for them. Good. on
Scorpio
you.
says, I think the things comics did to try and attract new readers ended up driving away the old ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
guess
agree.
what though?
I
The
agree.
ones that do Kickstarters, came out comics like independent comics that do Kickstarters and stuff. That's where you go if you want to see a good series.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go online and you become a fan of that particular person or series, and then that's it.
What I like about that, Francis, is that empowers the creator, because I think one of the things that Marvel and some of these other big IP holding companies struggle with is social media sometimes can be an echo chamber of just like complete bullshit. Like there will be people that'll say, well, if you just make a blah, 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 then we'll watch. And then they make something like that and people go, now you're just pandering. It's just a cash grab. Well, you literally told us you wanted to see Hulk with purple pants. We gave you Hulk with purple pants, and now you're pissed off that like it looked too cheesy. Like, come on.
Yeah. And again, it's just like these comics that are on where it relies on the fans to fund it. That's where you go, because
if enough fans fund it, boom, you're greenlit. You go, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
I think that's great advice for people. Look for, you should be looking on Indiegogo, you should be looking on Kickstarter and these different things. Another thing, not just the comics, but tabletop gaming. There is so many really cool games being created and championed on these crowdfunding platforms.
And video games. Yeah.
Yep.
Video games too. Yep.
Yeah. I crowdfunded a video game. I'm excited for it to come out. So we'll see.
What is it?
Yep.
Oh God, if I can, it's a cooking game. It's based in France, called The Witch's Bakery.
Witch's Bakery?
The Witch's Bakery, yeah.
I should have known there would be a witch in it.
Yeah. And it's
Witches
fun.
love to bake, according to video games.
It's very cute. Looks very Ghibli, inspired.
Studio Ghibli,
Yeah. So, I helped fund it. So I'm looking forward to getting the game. But yeah, just did on Kickstarter.
Nice. All right, folks. That pretty much does it for us. Remember, though, you can follow our guest here over at youtube.com/justme-v.
I'm on most of the socials that way. You can find me on Blue Sky, Twitter forever. You can not whatever else they want to call it.
Yeah.
Facebook, everything. If you just me-v, you could typically find me there. So
Awesome. Folks, you can find us right here, of course, Super Geeked Up on YouTube. Please give us a like, a thumbs up, and a subscribe if you don't mind. Super Geeked Up is also around on Twitter. Francis at AKA the Other Guy. Francis does a show often Tuesday nights, I think, right? But sometimes changing. It's
where we talked about Grand Theft Hamlet. That was one of our topics.
of course.
wow.
Yeah, so we talk even more about it because the host of the show, Josh, big Grand Theft Auto fan, and he's played a lot of it. So
I played none, but I am super excited for GTA 6.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually think that looks really good.
Yeah, they're thinking of pushing it till 2026.
No, don't say those words, Francis.
They said it. I didn't.
That's what I just read a magazine that said it's set to come out this year, and I was like, it is?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess late this year. Then I was a little surprised at that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, you
They
said
said
they're
it, I didn't.
thinking, right? Not for sure.
They're thinking. Yeah, they're not.
But it's a miracle when any game comes out on time, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what they do with it.
Oh, you're looking forward to those toes. I know you're looking forward to.
Well, I only got eyes for one pair of toes, and they're on the same foot.
Oh, Francis' foot, right.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My host.
He's pimping toes nation to nation.
That's why I walk that way. That's why I walk with a limp.
I hope they work that in the GTA 6. Pimpin'
do.
toes.
You know they will. You know they will.
What's up, Toasif?
That's why it's delayed.
It's to fit in the toes. They gotta fit those toes somehow.
They got to redub the.
Yeah.
All right, hey everybody! Big thanks to Dash, Chris for coming on,
Always a pleasure.
and thank you guys for watching live or watching in post. We appreciate it very much.
And what's your favorite '90s family sitcom?
Thank you.
Oh,
For
thank
asking.
you. I'm curious what got voted.
Yeah, I forgot to check in during
What everybody
most of the
said.
show. Oh, all right, very interesting. So it was super close in the beginning, but a clear winner is Home Improvement with 50% of the vote.
That's
Very
not
good.
that's not a bad choice. That was an excellent show.
Second was Full House, and tied for
Okay.
third were Family Matters and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Wow.
Can't go wrong with any of those shows, though.
Nope.
Did I do that?
Oh,
Well-
interesting geeky trivia. The voice of Urkel was the voice of Sonic
the
in
Hedgehog.
one of the one of the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Julia White.
Julia White, yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to Tool Time there for winning our poll.
You're good with those. Frank.
You are, yeah. I don't think so, Tim.
Oh yeah.
Al. I love that.
Howdy, neighbor.
Oh, yes, Wilson.
Actually, no, hang on. Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah, you can't. Wait, there was an episode where you just saw his mouth, where the whatever he was carrying something or other, and
Oh,
you
did
could
he
only
like
see.
reverse?
Yeah. So
Then there was that
reversed.
episode where he's walking around. He invited Tim over to his house, and he's walking through the house, and everywhere they keep blocking it out, so you still can't quite see him.
It's one of my favorite running jokes in TV in general was stuff like that. That and throwing.
Heidi ho.
He
throwing
got.
jet-
Go ahead.
Oh, you
was
sound
it?
like Tim Allen again.
No, throwing Jazzy Jeff out of the house was my other favorite gag.
Yes, that was my favorite. Uncle Phil throwing out DJ.
But yeah, and then we'll.
I like the one where he goes, "I'll let myself out."
And then he throws himself.
See, that's why the Bel Air reboot's no good, because I bet nobody gets thrown out of the house like that.
Oh no! So much so she's just
He
like,
threw himself
I
out of the
can't-
house. Dash just threw
I
himself
can't-
out of his
I
own
can't
house.
even bother. I can't even bother. I don't even know. I don't even know if the new one isn't on the air still.
It is.
Okay,
It's on Peacock, I think.
there you go.
I think it's doing pretty well. But I mean, I definitely want to watch it. I've never said to myself, "Gee, I wish they did Fresh Prince of Bel Air," but made it so
A
serious
drama. Yeah, made it drama.
and just super dramatic, and where Jeffrey was this super serious guy, everybody was just so serious.
I can't tell if, like, when they remake stuff and they reboot stuff, right? I don't want to hate it, and I remember that the previous thing still exists if I want to enjoy that. But I do kind of wonder if, kind of what we were talking about before, it's like, I think they walk a pretty delicate line when you're going to try to mess with somebody's nostalgia, and I just wonder why they don't just try to do,
Something new.
yeah, I mean they could still do that concept, but like it's like they want to leverage the brand, but then you give me something that's off brand. So why did you? It's like if you say, Chris, what? Oh, I'm not talking to you. Then why'd you call my name, right? So it's like if you're gonna call my attention to something and give me something claiming to be familiar to something I know, don't make it something totally different. If you want to do something slightly, like if it was Prince of Bel Air and say it was like if it was Will Smith as the adult taking in, another family member's kid because that's what happened to him, and now he's the Uncle Phil to this kid and trying to go through stuff. Okay, yeah, like you could call that,
Uncle
but
Phil and Uncle Will works.
yeah, but I mean, like Star Trek: The Next Generation, right? They called it Star Trek: The Next Generation. It was still Trek, but they made no bones about this is gonna be a new crew, a new set of missions, a new everything, and so I think people are okay with them playing on the brand and building on nostalgia. I just think we don't want to be like with Daredevil Born Again, what they shot versus what it's looking like now. People's main backlash with that is like this, please don't give us like the Kool-Aid without sugar version of Daredevil when the previous Daredevil was Jolt Cola, right?
Good.
Another Joe
Good
Cola
analogy.
reference.
I like that.
Almost as
analogy.
good as Turbo Cola.
I know, folks. Turbo Cola. It's going to be soon to be featured in This Is Not a Vlog.
Yes. And it's already been featured on this show, so I feel we should already get the 6-pack, but we'll do it again too.
If he says no, I'll send you some of mine. I've got like 12 of them.
Well, no, I'm sure we can work something out with them.
Yeah.
But thank you. I appreciate it.
Not folks, I apologize, but for the next year, it's going to be all like, remember, folks, Super Geeked Up is brought to you by Turbo Cola, right? Now with more caffeine.
200 milligrams.
All right, folks. We will see you next week, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Thank you so much. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.